Oh shit. Sorry guys. Woo! What's up? What's going on, guys? Uh, all right. What up? What up? What up? Can everybody hear me all right? Just chilling. Hey, is that you, Digga?
What up? It's me.
All right, cool.
Yeah. Sorry, it's my turn. I have my camera off. I had to open it up.
Dude, that guitar sounds fucking beautiful, dude. Oh my god.
Wow, that's cool.
And I got it through that new amp I bought. It's a PV. Hold on. It's a PV Viper 2.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay. Sweet.
Yeah. Got a whole bunch of sound effects on it. Shit, man.
Yeah. So
I just got to find a pedal for it so I can switch sounds through my pedal and not on the thing.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, that's right. I don't do that. I just set my amp up with the effects that I want. And then if I want to switch that, I do. But I found a channel or two I really got dialed in. I have the Boss Katana Artist series, and it's got quite a bit of built-in effects, and they're actually super good. So yeah, man. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I'm just chilling today, man.
Where's Eddie? Is he afraid to show up here and battle me?
He'll be here. I'm sure he will.
I'm not battling, dude. We'll do that another night. We're gonna have a political debate eventually here. Right? Good times. Yeah. Oh, I'm just chilling, dude.
All right.
Yeah, we're getting over 2 feet of snow this weekend, bro.
Oh, we're supposed to get 6 inches here sometime this week.
Oh, that's what I told my chick.
It's crazy.
I'm gonna give you. I'm like, I got 8 inches for you. Yeah, no, they're calling for a huge snowstorm this weekend, which is fucking nuts, dude. It's springtime, which it's not unusual, but for a big one like this, it's been a long winter, and a lot of us here, we're all trying to get outside work done, and I'm trying to do a bunch of work around my house, and here we are with another big snowstorm, which puts everybody behind another week or two, So,
yeah.
Yep. Last week we got 2.5 feet too.
Really?
Fucking A, dude.
Wow.
Yeah. So we're getting some big late season storms. So yeah, man. About it. Working, chilling. Same old same.
We might be moving to Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico.
Yeah, we might be. Found a nice house.
Oh. Interesting.
And my buddy lives there. My buddy Chris.
Yeah.
So, yeah. He said he lives about 2 miles from Jake Paul.
My cousin has a house in Colombia. And he goes back and forth between here in California and Colombia, bro. He loves it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Lots of fucking spicy Latinas. What's up, Jake? Jang's in the house. Yeah, no, that's cool.
Why am I
Puerto
coming
Rico, huh? I don't know much about that place.
My goddamn comments ain't coming through.
How many people are watching?
7, I believe. Comments ain't coming through. Oh.
Jangster
Oh, okay. I see him now. Okay. That's weird. Okay, that's weird. Oh, Jang. Yeah, Jang's here.
He's a intelligent, level-headed gentleman.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I ain't got no problem with him. Yeah. Oh, my God.
You mostly don't have a problem with most anybody anymore. Sean Talley's a fucking turd nugget, and me and Eddie don't see eye to eye on politics. But other than that, we're all good.
Yeah,
we do enjoy a banter, though, back and forth.
I haven't seen Talley in a while.
You're not missing nothing.
I haven't seen him in probably, God, a month.
He's supposedly in Vegas, which I don't know.
But I'm keeping off here anyway.
I noticed that. I don't go live hardly ever either. Even, you know what's funny? I've had things to say in the past month or so. Anne Hathaway. Okay, I get it, GJB. I've had things I wanted to talk about in the past month or so. And just didn't go live to do it, you know.
Yeah.
Talking about
There's GJB right there. What's up?
Looks like the Suboxone kicked in.
Yeah, definitely. The thing is, Anne Hathaway looks just like Mackenzie Dern. Look it up.
What?
I guarantee you'll agree.
Yeah, that girl from Iowa's killer, dude. I heard you talking about that, man.
What's that?
Just look up Anne Hathaway and Mackenzie Dern. Promise you, they look so much alike.
Okay, I'll have to do that. What'd you say?
Anne Hathaway is a very famous actress, and she's done well for herself. Mackenzie Dern's a UFC fighter, and they look so much alike. I swear to God. Check it out.
Yeah, that girl from Iowa is fucking badass, dude.
Oh, he's talking about the sports broad. Yeah.
Oh my God.
You're talking about the college basketball player. I'm talking about the UFC fighter, Mackenzie Dern, looking like Anne Hathaway.
Yeah. But you are right, man. The girls' basketball's getting more ratings than the men.
Yeah, dude. It's
a lot of good
like more interesting
teams this year, man. A lot of girls.
Yeah, it's just more interesting this year.
Yeah, Notre Dame's fucking good this year. Syracuse, UConn, Iowa, LSU, Miami was good this year.
Oh, I think it's the smile, maybe.
I can't believe Alabama beat the North Carolina men tonight.
It's close, man.
That was horrible. I was rooting for
Anne Hathaway and Mackenzie Dern. That's a close. Like if Anne Hathaway played Mackenzie Dern for her movie, it wouldn't be bad.
Mackenzie's hot, dude. Jeez.
Mackenzie has a great butt.
Fuck yeah, she does.
That's why I don't like to watch women's fighting, man, because you know, I look like a pervert.
They do look alike. Damn, good one. They do. Interesting. I never saw her like that.
Yeah, and these women like are very, very fit, and when their butts are that nice,
yes,
it's hard. It is really hard for a man to not look past it. I just got to say that. That's all I'm saying.
I think 90% of all men watching the UFC think the exact same thing. Yeah, like, the women's fight. It's all about the booty.
Yeah.
Straight up.
It's really hard not. Sometimes they get it on.
Yes.
I think Zhang Weili with Johanna Jędrzejczyk, that was a great fight.
Yes, I agree.
Where Johanna Jędrzejczyk got that big ass fucking forehead. Remember that?
Oh fuck yeah!
I'm live, hon. Say hi.
She just got
that was a great fucking fight.
Hi, Donna.
That was like a top 10 fight.
Yeah, 100%.
But those are rare with women. A lot of women's fights are grappling, and man, as men, you can't help but look at that butt.
Mm-mm. There's some good butts in the UFC. You know what?
Nice butt.
Ronda Rousey's hot, I think, dude.
Ronda Rousey is like a fucking model, and then she fucking fights, and she looks totally different.
Yeah.
When Ronda Rousey isn't like in fight gear, she
she's
looks like a
hot.
model, man.
Yeah.
She's beautiful.
She's okay. Yeah, she's all right.
What's
There's
that?
way hotter
With her hair down, and shit.
Paige Van Zandt.
Right here.
Yeah, I agree. Paige Van Zandt too, but Paige got fake titties.
Eddie, do you know some of these UFC chicks went and started OnlyFans and they fucking
Yeah, they were able to quit the UFC.
Well, a handful of them are, and like you say, now you get to see it all, and some of them you get to see it all. I'm like, yeah, like damn, I remember she heard.
Yeah,
I said hi.
Donna said hi,
for them, man. Like good for them, man. The UFC takes advantage of every fucking body they can put on a stage,
Because I got to be
and including the fighters. I know a guy now who fights in the UFC. He's just starting out. He loves the UFC. He thinks it's made his whole career, and I hope it does. But man, I also know that these guys, if you make a name for yourself, you can make more money, fighting like Jake Paul or something stupid like that. There's better ways for those guys to make money. But the UFC is the best thing there is. You know what I'm saying? Like, there isn't a better product than the UFC. It's kind of like the NFL. So, like the USFL or the XFL, they don't compare to the NFL. Just like Bellator or PFL doesn't compare to the UFC.
No, the UFC is the best.
With Jake Paul and Mike Tyson. Jake Paul's now being accused of calling out an old guy.
Yeah, well, yeah, I said that from the second.
Mike Tyson's going to beat Jake Paul's ass. If that's a real fight, we all know Mike Tyson will hurt Jake Paul.
Maybe.
I don't know, man.
Only listen. If Jake Paul takes him into the little bit later rounds, like the 5th, 6th, 7th round, a 6-year-old man, his gas tank may run out by then.
100%. He ain't going nowhere close to that. You know that. I mean, if it's real, if it's fake, then yeah. You know what I mean? Like they'll make it look like he ran out of gas or whatever. But Jake Paul can't fucking handle Mike Tyson. Come on, we all know that. And Mike Tyson for 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Can you deal with Mike Tyson for 2 minutes? No, Jake Paul can't. Mike is a great fucking boxer. He gets a fucking bad rap, but he's great at dipping and dodging and finding his shots.
It's not.
And he will put some shit on Jake Paul he's never seen before.
It's not a coincidence that he became a world champ, and it's not easy.
Two-time world champ, right?
Well, yeah, absolutely. So it's not easy
for you to show yourself, Juan.
That's
how's my audio.
He lost to Buster Douglas on a fight that he actually, if you watch the fight, when Mike knocked Buster Douglas down, it was 10.5 seconds. And then, the referee was late, and that's fine. But Mike actually kind of won the fight already. And then he got hit with a fucking clusterfuck of shots from Buster late in the fight. There's no way that Jake Paul and Mike Tyson are going to go to the 4th round or the 5th round or the 6th round. That shit's over with in the first 3 rounds. Either way, it's over with in the first 3 rounds. Yeah. If it's a real fight, if it's a fucking fake fight, then it will go.
How's my audio? Do I sound like
Jake Paul's a fake? And Jake Paul's a fraud.
You're a little.
Thank you.
Yeah. We could hear you, but you got a little scratch going.
You sound a little like this. This is come out of how this sound, baby.
I agree with what you said, Eddie. If it's a fake fight, they'll drag it into the later rounds and then whatever. But who knows? Money is always a deciding factor, and so we'll see. Honestly, what the rules are. But here's another thing: will any athletic commission actually even sanction fucking Mike Tyson.
A real fight, right? That's the thing, man. They wouldn't sanction a real fight between him and Roy Jones Jr.
They fucking wouldn't. You're damn straight. And that's 2 champions. That's right.
Right.
You're all right about that.
So I don't think that. I think this is going to be an exhibition with a no knockout clause that'll go the distance, and there will be no judges. That's what I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And because if it was a real fight, Mike Tyson would knock Jake Paul out in the first round.
You know, and I'll be honest on that one. You know who loses? Everybody.
Everybody, yep.
Like, oh,
Right, yeah,
People
but
spend the money.
Tyson actually said one time, he said he wanted to, I don't care, I just want to grab him by his kid. I want to butt his kid. I want to kill his kid, and I want to stomp on his testicles.
he did say that. I want to eat
Yeah, but he said
he
that.
wanted
He said that in 1987.
Yeah, but I mean, that's what you're dealing with. You're dealing with somebody that wants to stomp on your kid's
Hey,
testicles.
Terrible T, how are you?
37 years
Yeah.
ago.
You're
And
dealing
now
with a
he's
fucking
60,
yeah.
58.
He's dealing with
and
an
he's got-
animal. He's dealing
Mike
with an
Tyson
animal.
can definitely still
He is
beat
an
up
animal.
Well,
Jake
guess
Paul
what?
easily.
He is
Oh,
an
I know. That's what I'm
But
saying. Jake Paul
is
don't
there
know
a
what
no
he's in
knockout
for.
clause?
What up, terrible?
If there's
T?
a no knockout clause, then he ain't gonna do
Jake
it
Paul,
to us.
Jake Paul might awaken that beast.
Well, dude, did you guys see Jake Paul talked about his dead child? Mike's dead
Yeah.
child.
Oh yeah.
I
I
didn't.
hope he
I didn't
does.
see
I
that.
hope he did.
Oh, he did. He said, "Fucking yeah, you're gonna something about your dead child." And Mike's like, "Motherfucker,
Oh.
you just crossed."
Yeah,
Oh, that's fucking flirting with disaster.
You're flirting.
he
with
told
that
him
guy.
he'd bury him right beside his
Yeah, I'm gonna bury you next to your
kid's
dead.
grave.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jake
Like-
Paul, he don't know what he's fucking with. I don't think.
I met Mike Tyson twice. Mike Tyson lived up here in Big Bear.
You know, I'm sorry to say, but us as older gentlemen, we know what Mike Tyson's about. I don't think Jake Paul actually understands what he's dealing with.
Yeah, no, you're 100%
You know.
right. Don't forget, his trainer put a gun to his head and said, and told Mike, "I'll fucking kill you."
Oh, fucking, what's his name there?
Atlas.
Teddy Atlas.
Teddy Atlas.
Teddy Atlas, yeah.
Wow.
He put a gun to Tyson's head and said, "If you
Yeah,
fuck
because Tyson fucked around with his daughter-in-law or something.
his daughter or his niece, it was his niece.
Yes, yeah.
And Tyson tried to sexually do some shit to her. Atlas came in one day and threw a gun to his dome. What up,
Yep.
T? Doing good, sweetie. Good to see you. Yep.
Tyson said something like, "Oh yeah, I want a piece of that."
And
And
Atlas like,
Teddy Atlas like, he pulled the gun on him, didn't he, or something like that?
gun right to his head and said, "I will fucking kill you, dude. You ever cross that line, bro?" Straight
Yeah.
up. He goes, "Yeah, you're a killer, but I will kill you, dude." And he put a gun to
And
his fucking head and said, "Dude, you're fucked." And what I'm talking about is because Mike was an animal. Mike's grew up going into
trust the
juvenile.
model.
Well, yeah, no, what I'm saying is
Yep.
juvenile detention, robbing, feeding people. Like he is a fucking wild. He was.
You hear him talk about his old man? Mean motherfucker. He said he talks about his father. He goes, mean motherfucker. Like he was scared of him.
You said you don't know that Jake doesn't know he's messed with. If he doesn't know that, Mike, he is an animal. He's not a regular human being. He's on another level.
No.
I grew up around some dudes like that, and one of them, I grew up with the guy that we kind of called Mini Mike Tyson. He was one of the highest level criminals, gnarly dude. He ended up getting life in prison. I went to high school with this dude, and he was brutal, and he was not like anybody else in the whole school. Other people, because I grew up in a certain area, this guy took the cake on everybody. He was the dude. And so
The
Tyson,
badass. He was the dude you don't want to fuck with. Yeah. Yeah.
not at all. Not at all. He was brutal. He would fight. He'd rob people. He did all kinds. He was a
Yeah.
bad dude. He
You
ended up
just
getting
know.
prison at 2021. He got life in prison. But we all correlated him with Mike Tyson back in the day. He was Anyway, so yeah, if you don't know it, if you've never been around a human like that, it's a different, they're a different, like a true criminal mind, you know, and Tyson used to have that, not that he doesn't, but that's still inside of him. He can pull that shit back out.
Yes, and that's what, like I said, like me, you, and Buddy, we're old enough. We're in our 40s or 50. I'm 44. You guys are in your 50s,
Yeah.
but we know that fucking mentality. You know that I don't think Jake Paul knows what he's getting into.
Mm-mm.
He may not, bro. Yeah, you never know. He might bite one of his ears off for saying what he did about his daughters. Yeah.
Oof. I haven't followed it too closely, but it should be interesting if it happens.
Yeah, it may be. I agree with what Eddie said. Like, is it going to be a real fight? Are they going to sanction it? Is it going to have all these rules? Is it going to be? There's
Is
so
it a
many.
fucking big, paid
So
off
many-
fucking
Yeah. It could
like
be
a big
money
play?
exhibition fight, money, and then we all lose. You're like, oh wow, you know.
I want to see them go at it. I want to see the both of them go at it because I think it'd be a good fight if they did go at it. But I saw
Yeah.
Tyson versus who was it? The last fight he did.
Yeah, it
Well,
wasn't that
exhibition
good.
fight.
Yeah,
Roy
Yeah.
Jones Jr.
yeah.
Roy
It was a big
Jones. Oh yeah, that was a fucking joke.
Yeah.
No, and you know what's
You
funny? I watched that, and that was proof, and that goes to our community as well. Nobody wants to watch 50-year-olds dudes fight. Like, it's probably not.
Yeah,
that good.
exactly. I remember you saying that too. Yeah,
You're like, yeah, wow, okay, fucking even
Roy
myself.
Jones Jr. Well, Roy Jones Jr. I mean, just listen to him talk. He's fucking.
Oh, he's punch drunk. Yeah.
Yeah, he's like that cartoon on fucking whatever but
They had a no knockout clause in their contract.
yeah. I didn't know that, but I mean, it was obvious.
Dude, the first time I ever heard about a no knockout
I'm a
clause.
big boxing
in
fan.
that
I'm not a
contract. I
UFC
didn't know
fan.
that you
Yeah,
could have a no knockout clause in a boxing match. I thought that was weird. No, you can't knock somebody out that you're boxing.
yeah.
Weird.
Like when they fought, which was what, like 5 or 6 years ago. Roy Jones and
maybe
Tyson.
maybe four or 5. Yeah, it was a
Yeah.
while back.
So when they first fought, it was like, no clause or whatever. And now this Jake comes out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Now, they realize they can make a lot of money by just, getting out there and fucking around. That was when Roy Jones fought Tyson. That was obviously a fucking like a sparring, thing.
You do realize why.
That was after Jake fucking knocked what's his name out, the basketball player there. He fucking knocked him out cold.
Yeah.
Nate Robinson. Yeah, he fucking knocked him out cold, and then next Roy Jones is fighting fucking Tyson, and then now we got Tyson versus Jake Paul. It's all about money, but I hope they really go for it.
So let's one thing we haven't talked about yet is the reason why they did the fight the way they did it is you got to remember, if somebody sanctions a fight like that and these dudes are 55 and 60 years old, if one of them gets imagine like a head injury, they die or they become, whatever. Well, that dude, it's a detriment to the entire sport. Why did you sanction a 58-year-old dude to knock each other out? What are you doing?
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So that, like with the Jake Paul or the Tyson and the Roy Jones fight, that's part, like they were like, we're not going to sanction these old dudes that have been through war, because if one of them really fuck each other up, the whole sport, it's like a detriment to the sport. You're just making the whole thing look bad. Same with the UFC. You put a fight, like, as what's his name right now? What's his name? The Hispanic guy that's been beat half to death, and everybody's like, yeah, you should retire. What's his name?
Oh, Jesus.
Tony Ferguson.
Ferguson, that's right. And Ferguson's been beat half to death. Everybody's like, dude, I mean, whatever. Same with him. Like if you put him in against,
Is he a boxer or UFC?
UFC,
UFC
Ferguson.
fight, yeah, 12
Ferguson?
fight
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't. I'm more
He had
boxer,
a
but
12
go on.
fight win streak, and then he lost like what 7 fights in a row, Randy.
Yeah, he's like 7 fights in a row down.
Oh,
Like,
yeah, he's done. He's fucking
Yeah.
toast.
right. And so, but people are
Fuck
like,
on.
so if you put him up against, like, say, a top 5 or top 3 dude, and they beat the dog fuck out of him, you're like, it doesn't help the sport. You're like, whoa, bro, you threw a guy that's had 7 straight losses. He's been,
Yeah.
and he's known to go to war, like really take major beatdowns, and he's been knocked out unconscious a few times. So if you throw him in and it's somebody a top fighter and they beat the dog fuck out of him, it doesn't make the UFC, that organization, look any good. People are like, why did you do that? So the same thing with putting these old guys together, sanction a 55, 6-year-old guy, and then all of a sudden they get a head injury, they die. Well, look at what it's going to do to the sport of boxing. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why the no knockout clauses are in there, but like that's what people want to see, right? People want to see if Mike Tyson can knock out Jake Paul in the first minute. That won't happen because Mike Tyson isn't allowed to do that. I guarantee you this has a no knockout clause in it, and it's because of his age. And even though we all believe, and I believe, Mike would not, if Mike Tyson got in a fight with Jake Paul, he'd beat his ass. Period.
Mike is a fucking a loose cannon any second you look at him.
Yeah, and Jake can't handle that kind of hammer. He
No,
can't
he
take
don't know how
one
to
of
handle
Mike Tyson's punches. He can't.
it.
He's never
No.
taken a punch like a Mike Tyson punch.
Although,
If Mike ain't throwing those kinds of punches, then you don't got nothing to worry about, right? If he ain't gonna try to knock you out.
conditioning, But Jake Paul, his skull looks like he's kind of built like a fucking Neanderthal too, doesn't he? He's got that big skull. He's pretty much. I don't know. I haven't seen too much about.
He's an athlete, dude. He's an athlete. That's why I've been a fan of the Pauls since the beginning because they're athletes. You know what I'm saying? They hone the game. They make the game work for them.
An athlete and being a boxer are two different things. But he seems to be doing pretty good. But as training as being a boxer, he's been 5 or 6 fights, and he. I'm a big boxer. I'm a boxing fan. I'm not a UFC fan. I don't know. The only UFC boxers I know, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't watch UFC boxing. I don't like to watch men rolling around. Hang on. Can I finish?
Well, there's no such thing as
UFC wrestling. Let me tell you this. UFC fighting or whatever.
Wrestling either.
UFC fighting.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of watching 2 men roll around on the ground in tights. I'm more of a boxing fan. And I've always been a boxing fan. And maybe that's why I don't like the UFC because I'm more of a I prefer watching like Foreman, and all the old fights like Hagler but
you probably don't like it when men are on top of another man and they got their legs spread open.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want to watch that. It's like, what the fuck do I? No, I don't appreciate watching a fight where it starts and then within the first 30 seconds they're on the ground and then for the next 4.5 minutes every round they're just fucking grappling. I don't like that. I like the sport of boxing. So and I was gonna say something and I can't remember what the fuck it was.
I mean, I don't disagree with you. I would rather them fight on their feet too, but I can put up with the groundwork as well, as long as there's an option of getting on your feet and doing something.
Oh, I can appreciate a fight. I'm not saying I can't appreciate it. I just prefer watching, a real boxing fight. And I can't remember what the fuck I was gonna say. So let's move on. It was about fighting, but I can't remember what the fuck I was going to say.
Next topic, AJ. What's the next topic?
Oh, I don't know. Whatever you guys want. It don't matter.
All right. I'm going to need you to come down here and help me with my go kart.
All right.
AJ, how's your boxing training going?
Oh, I can't do it. I gotta take care of Donna, man. She's bad, dude. She's not doing good at all. At all.
She's not. Oh,
No.
I'm sorry about that. I hope you. I
Well,
wish
are
you
y'all
the
still
best,
thinking about
brother.
moving nearby?
What's that?
Are y'all still thinking about moving nearby?
We're looking at some places down that way. Yeah.
Well, hopefully y'all
There,
can
South
come in,
Carolina, Georgia,
healthy.
all over the
Because
place.
I got a go-kart I want you to help me work on.
All right.
And my truck needs some work. Me and you can work on it.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
But only if you're coming down here, man. I thought she was doing so much better like a week ago when we talked.
Well, yeah. Then she fell apart again yesterday. Well, it didn't help because yesterday was her mother's birthday, and her mother had been dead now. I think it's been, I don't know, 18, 20 years. So, yeah. So that didn't help matters none. And shit. And her they took her blood Monday and something's up in her blood. I don't know what it was, I forgot, but and that's what caused this shit before. When she got sent to the hospital, that shit was really low. And it's really low again, and I forgot what it was. Some kind of I can't remember what it was, but
Dude, do you think
But
she's
what up?
taking something, like maybe putting something in her body that don't need to be there?
no, she drinks water, she eats healthy. She's been eating healthy now for about a year. And
I'm saying
What else you
maybe
been doing,
something she's
AJ?
allergic to or something.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
That's crazy.
What else you been doing, brother?
Hmm?
What else you been doing? Did you know Arlene showed up in the chat
that's
and
the
was
most
talking?
important thing, man. He's been
Yeah.
dealing with his wife almost dying.
I
Juan.
know,
Gotta deal
but I'm
with
sure
that.
he don't want to talk about it constantly.
He
He
doesn't mind
obviously, I
people
can talk.
knowing.
All right, am I
He's
wrong?
talked about his wife's condition before. That's probably
And
a lot.
buddy, are you gonna tell me I'm wrong, AJ?
On his mind,
I'm
really.
just trying to get on to something that we can all enjoy. Do you want to talk about his wife's
All right,
condition?
AJ, what's your favorite song by
Would
Motley
you
Crue?
rather talk, AJ? Would you rather talk about your wife's condition or go on to something else?
It don't matter because I love my wife, so I'll talk about
Well,
that.
I hope your wife's doing. I wish her the best health in the world.
Do you not just hear what he said about his wife?
Who's Shadow Band? Who's that?
I mean, she's not doing great. So there's that.
I said I wish her the best. Going
Which
forward.
all you want, man.
What
Shit,
the
on
fuck
another
is your
hand,
problem, dude? What is your problem?
Because
Do
I'm
you
gonna
want
beat
to
your
sit there
ass,
and
dude.
dwell? Do you want to dwell on the fucking negatives in life, or do you want to
I'm
move
gonna
on?
smack you around one day, dude. Can
You
imagine
couldn't
that?
smack me around. I'd fucking eat you up like a fucking breakfast
I'm gonna
burrito and
smack you
spit you out,
around.
boy. I'd
I'm
fucking
slap you
oh
around
boy.
like this.
You
Nothing
couldn't
but a
handle this, brother. You couldn't handle this on your best day and my worst day, brother.
I'm pretty sure I can. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure
Who's
you
Shadow
could.
Band? Does anybody know?
Dude, if I got a boner, I could fucking hurt you.
Who the fuck Shadow Band?
Tell yourself that.
Literally, I could hit you in the leg with my dick.
Keep telling yourself that, brother.
Imagine know how life is.
Oh, just keep telling yourself that. You'll be all right.
Anyway, Jose, AJ, I need to fix this fucking water pump in my truck.
Okay. Yeah, that's easy to fix. That
It's
ain't
a
hard.
Ford Ranger, so it's
Yeah.
easy.
Yeah.
And I just figured out that's what it was. So we just got to get that done. I'm gonna probably put it on the fucking camera and let you look at it, and then we'll just walk through it.
Oh, okay, Shadow. Okay, you're one of Marty's friends. Okay. Yeah. That ain't gonna be a hard fix. I'll have that done about half an hour, man.
Yeah, it's a '94 Ford Ranger. I got a classic Ford Ranger.
Yeah.
real clean. Everything else about it is real clean. It's like,
Yeah.
you know, everything's original, and they took care of. There's an old guy's truck, old man's truck,
Okay.
and he
Yeah.
took care of it. The water pump on the fucking radiator is out, and that's the only thing I think I know that I need to fix.
Okay. Yeah, I got a tester and shit, so I'll test it out and see.
I got all the tools. I just need to know for sure that that's what it is.
Yeah.
Every time I run it, when I come back home, I park it. The fucking thing leaks.
Hold on, babe.
It's like
All right.
dirty water. You know what I mean?
Hold
Like,
on just a
like
minute, dude.
radiator water.
What, babe?
I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
There ain't no cat in that closet, is there?
It's a beautiful, beautiful truck. I love classic trucks, man. It's a '94 Ford Ranger, and
Nice
the
truck.
steering wheel is.
I love them
everything is
truck.
all original. So it's like a skinny steering wheel. You know how them skinny steering wheels used to have?
Yep.
Real fucking everything is authentic. I
My
love this
first
truck.
truck was an '87 S10 Blazer. Loved it.
Yeah, this is like my
Fucking
fourth
thing.
truck.
Fucking thing would not die. You know, you could start it every day. That's the difference between a Chevy and a Ford.
Mine will start right
When
now.
you wake up in the morning, every morning you go out to your truck. If it's a Chevy, it'll start. If it's a Ford, you don't know.
Yeah,
It might start.
Yeah. Well, mine starts every morning.
Donna's magnesium was low. That's what it was.
And our BMW starts every morning.
I just asked her. It was her magnesium.
The BMW, another foreign car.
Yeah, we got a
I'm
BMW
talking.
X5
I'm talking shit.
and a
Yeah,
Ford Ranger.
I'm talking. When you wake up in the morning and you go outside and you go to start your fucking vehicle.
What
But
up?
If it's a Chevy, it'll start every time. If it's a Ford, every time you go outside to start it, you're wondering if it's going to start.
Hey,
Now you're talking about BMWs. Now you're talking
Yeah,
foreign
it is.
cars.
Yeah, it's me.
Of course.
I'm a Ford dude, so
Yeah, I got a Ford Ranger.
Ford
and I got a
trucks.
BMW
Ford
X5.
trucks are good as long as they start in the morning. You know.
I've had
I've
my
had a
Ford.
couple- I've had
Mine
three
starts,
Fords.
man.
For a
It just
while now.
leaks from the fucking radiator, and that's the water pump.
I just did
I'll
that on
cut.
my Toyota. I had to put in a water pump, timing belt, and
Oh,
timing belt, water pump, and whatever. It was $1,400.
geez.
But the thing is, they're
I'll
easy
tell
to
you.
work on, man. Ford Rangers,
I'll tell
these are
you.
easy to work on, man. They're
We
wide open.
we
when you get in
I've
on
gone through a lot of work trucks. I'm talking work trucks. We fucking beat the fuck out of them. And, you know, it has come down to we end up with mostly Ford trucks that's still running. But we do the most work on the Ford trucks, you know. I don't know. It's weird. It's weird because personal vehicles, you know, you don't have to worry about them. It's a Chevy, but a work truck, a Ford might be a better work truck than a Chevy.
The F-150 is the best-selling truck in America, and it has been for years and years.
Oh,
Yeah, because it's you know, it's cheaper and it's I don't know if it's cheaper, but
They're
it's
reliable. The F-150s are solid. Same thing with like the Toyota Tacoma, the
But the-
Tundras.
and
Those are
it's
the
like the
two
thing
best.
with but it's like the thing with the Ford. Like even back in the fucking 80s and shit, with they had, you know, the Chevys you could work on them. The Fords, they had 3 different motors, like the Cleveland, the Windsor, and all this other shit.
Yeah.
You know, I just hear this from the older guys, but
I've been pretty lucky, dude. I've had 3 Fords, and they've all been solid as shit.
you know what
I
I
mean-
say? You know what I say? If you can load the fuck out of it and it goes down the road, it's a good truck.
Yep.
If
Yep.
it starts in the morning, the
I
fucking
just sold.
Yeah.
I have a '98 Ranger, buddy, and I just sold it maybe 6 or 8 months ago. But I had a '98 Ranger 4-wheel drive extra cab, dude, for 8-9 years, dude, and I never had a problem with that thing. Just drove it all over. Fucking, it was one of my little work trucks. And then my Toyota Tacoma, that thing's a beast. Like,
who's picking?
Yeah, I like to go to Tacoma. I like that's my truck of choice is the Tacoma.
They're expensive.
Yeah, I got this
But
Ranger
Toyota
and
Tacoma,
Philly
yeah,
job right
right.
now,
Because it's
and
not
it's
un-American.
feasible, it's workable. You know what I mean? You can work on it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
my
I like
my
this new
favorite
axe,
truck is
man.
Tacoma.
This thing's
You know
badass.
what? I say buy American.
No man, the
Stop
Tacoma's a
buying.
badass
Stop
truck,
buying
dude.
fucking Toyotas and fucking Nissans and all that bullshit.
I'm telling you,
Toyota's
man,
the
that
best.
Tacoma's a badass
Toyota's
truck.
the best truck on the market, hands down. So,
What's,
but they're
what's
the most
that?
Toyotas are the best. They're the most
Oh,
expensive,
they are.
but you'll get
Run, run, run.
300,000 out of them. And so, like, I don't give a fuck as long. Like, if I'm paying 30, 40 grand for a truck, I want the one that's going to last the longest and the most reliability. Toyota's that, Ford next, then Chevy, and that's just the way it is. So,
I understand.
yeah.
I understand if everybody else is gonna go fucking buy this, that, and the other thing, and you want a truck to ride around in, buy a Toyota. It lasts for 250,000 miles. You know,
My Toyota was
I
a
understand.
level up from my Toyota was a level up from my Ford, straight up.
No, but I get where you're coming from. You know what I mean?
Yeah, my Fords, I love Ford, but my Toyota was something different. Like I'm like, damn, this thing's just a little bit better all over. But you know, whatever.
But as an American, I want you to buy American. You know what I mean?
Okay.
That's all.
I get it. I get it.
Well, how do you feel about the war in Ukraine?
The what?
The war in Ukraine. The president there, what's his name? Zelensky. I heard he's fucking squandering money. He's embezzling money. Like, I heard he's fucking embezzling money like a
I'm
motherfucker.
saying, how do you feel about the fact that all of the jobs for the war in Ukraine
Wait a minute. How can you fucking
in America?
skip over what I said?
Because you didn't say it clearly.
All
What I'm
right.
saying is that all of the jobs for the war in Ukraine are in America. We're the ones making the weapons in America. So all
Oh,
that money that goes to supply Ukraine is to American jobs. What do you think about that?
I don't think the American public is really seeing any of that or benefits of that or even really know about that.
well, I just said something yesterday or the day before that nobody wanted to believe, but it's true.
It was like
All of the
570,000
jobs.
new jobs
Can I finish? Can I finish?
to make weapons for Ukraine.
All of the job growth in 2000 and whatever has gone to foreign-born workers.
No, they're all American
Since
workers making weapons
2019.
for Ukraine.
Hey, Eddie, if you're not going to listen to me, I'm not going to talk. But
If you're
since
gonna lie to me,
2000,
I'm not going to listen to you.
I'm going to tell you a stat, and then you can go look it up if you don't believe me.
I don't need to look
But
it up, brother.
what's going on? What's going on right now? But what's going on right now is all of the job growth has gone to foreign-born workers.
That's not true.
It's true. You can look it up. Google it right now.
So
Where
who
has
makes
all the-
weapons? Hey, John, Juanito, who makes weapons?
Raytheon? I don't know.
American companies. And so those
Okay.
weapon makers are being paid by America to make weapons for Ukraine. Okay? So the
Let's keep
jobs
giving it
are
to 'em.
American jobs. The weapons go to Ukraine. But the jobs are American jobs. That's truth.
Given to foreign-born workers.
I
Yeah,
don't think
they do. They do.
Given
give
to
away those
foreign-born
weapons,
workers.
absolutely.
So
But the
we,
jobs are American
the
jobs.
men, the people like me that work for a living in this country and
so the
work
people who make
every
those
day,
weapons, they work for a
our
living.
wages are, you know what happens, Eddie? People like me, I know you don't understand, you don't like to hear it,
You wish
but
I didn't.
people like me, let me tell you something about people like me that go out and work every day and we're white
Tell me about you. Tell me about
let
you.
me tell you something. Let me tell you something.
Yeah, tell me about a white guy.
The people like me, the white people, and I don't know, don't matter if you're white or not. I just said that because I'm
You said
frustrated.
white 4
But
times. Go ahead, tell me.
can you understand where I said it? Where I'm frustrated? Can you at least understand that?
No, because
I said it. I said that because I'm frustrated. But let me tell you something. No, let me tell you something. The people like me that go out and work for a living every day, a blue collar job, our wages are being held down by these motherfuckers that keep coming across the border working for nothing.
You think
They
so?
work for nothing. So people like me that do a blue collar job, our wages are staying stagnant. You understand?
So how good
Do you understand that? Hey, hang on. Do you understand that? Hey, hang on. Do you understand it? Yes or
I
no?
understand what you're saying. So how do you think your jobs would be if millions of Ukrainians were coming over our border?
Why
I'm
would they
talking
come to our
about
border?
here, baby. I'm talking about
So
here.
let's say Russia takes over Ukraine and millions
I
of
know
Ukrainians
you're talking
come
about
to
Russia and
America
Ukraine.
for
You want me to spend another fucking 60 billion send it to Ukraine for
We don't
because
have
Russia
Ukraine.
because Russia
Those
wants to take
weapons are
back the
being made
borders
in
that were their
America.
own.
Those weapons are
The
being
people
made
in
in
Ukraine
America.
want to be in Russia.
Those weapons are being made in
The
America.
people in
and the
Ukraine
weapons
want
are
That's
to
being
not
be
a
made in
good
Russia.
thing,
Ukraine.
Eddie.
But
You're talking
those
like
are
that's a good
American
thing.
workers
You're talking like
benefiting
that's a
from the
good
money.
thing. That's still not a good thing though. That we're making weapons to fund a war. Like, yeah, how about no? That's not that
And
good
the
of a thing.
people in
Then how
Ukraine
about
are Russian.
the
They want to
alternative
be
is to
Russian.
have millions of Ukrainians in our border?
Why would they be at our border? We don't have to take
Because
millions
they have
in,
been
bro.
fucking taken over by Russia, and they don't want to live under Russia, so they come to America.
Well, who's
Well,
going to control the money if we keep
Is
sending it
America the
over there?
only place that takes refugees or asylum?
We don't
It's
send
not.
money over to Ukraine, man. We
and we
send
can
money
set a
to the
cap,
weapons
and we could
makers in
set a
America,
we
and
could
they
set
Well,
make
a
how the
cap.
fuck
weapons, and
did
they send the
Hunter get
weapons to
money
Ukraine.
from?
We could set a
Hunter
cap.
Biden
We don't
got.
have to take 10 million and be like, dude, we got room for 2. Sorry.
All right, so
Why
we
did?
don't send money
How
to
the fuck
Ukraine.
did
We
Hunter
send money
Biden get
to
money?
American weapon makers, and they make weapons, and they send the weapons to Ukraine.
Fuck Ukraine.
Those
Eddie,
are American jobs.
Eddie, I can never
Those
argue
are
politics
American
with you because you
jobs
just
that
don't
that
get it.
money goes to. Just so you know.
What?
I refuse to talk politics with you because you just
I
don't
know,
get
man,
it.
because you don't like the facts. But here's the deal:
No, it's just because I wouldn't waste my time talking to you.
Ukraine, that weapon maker is in America. Those are American jobs.
I would not
not a
waste
good
my
thing.
time talking politics with you
That's
because you
still not
just
a
don't
good
get
thing.
it.
Man, well, then
Acting
don't
like
talk
that's a good
politics with
thing,
me.
though.
Stop talking.
That's not a good thing, dude. It's not.
Stop
It is a
asking
good thing.
questions.
It's American jobs, Randy.
Well, we can do other American jobs and don't have to fucking
Would you
fund
rather
wars.
have millions of Ukrainians coming to our border seeking
I
asylum?
just told you.
Why
We don't
not?
have
They're
to-
coming from 160 other countries.
Do you need
Yeah.
more? Do you need more?
We don't have
Why
to
not?
take them.
Why
You're
not?
acting
What's
like
the
we have-
difference?
Why can't they have their own country and stay there?
Why do they have to keep coming here?
Why don't
Why
we
are they
allow
coming here if
Ukraine to
they
stay where they are? Why don't we allow
We got
them to
people
stay where
flooding the borders with 160 different countries coming in here.
they are? So here's the fact.
Why are they coming here if their country is so good?
When Congress comes up with the amount of money to spend on Ukraine,
Congress.
they spend that on
Congress.
American weapon makers. To
Yeah,
send
go
weapons
spend
to
another
Ukraine,
fucking 150
and
million.
they pay American wages. All right.
And you
the
got a lot to
alternative
learn.
is to allow Ukraine to fail, and all those Ukrainians come to America seeking asylum.
Hey, I'm glad to know that you're so pro-war, dude. Pro-war. All you do is speak
That's
up.
not pro-war. It's
We're
pro-defense.
against it. No, you're pro-war.
It's pro-jobs.
You're pro-war. Yeah,
It's
you're
pro-jobs.
Yeah, well, we're
Look
making
at the fucking
bombs,
jobs
kill
numbers,
people.
The
man.
neocon. He's a neocon.
We got to fight for Ukraine. Dude, Russia and Ukraine has nothing to do with us.
They're stealing your money.
We have our own issues in America. We don't have to go over there and be
Oh,
involved.
man, you're silly, dog.
Zelensky.
You think the Ukrainians won't come to America seeking asylum?
We don't have. We could set a cap. Go, hey, bro, we got room for 2 mil. Sorry,
We don't have a law, Randy.
We do
We
have
tried to
laws.
pass a law,
We
and they wouldn't let a
100%
law
got
get passed
laws.
in the
We
Republican
don't.
Congress,
We
right?
don't have to let every asylum seeker in at all.
Randy, you wanted this argument with me. Let's do it.
I'm
Randy,
telling you, no, there
your
are laws.
Republican
There are
Congress would
laws
not
already
pass
in
a
place.
law
I've
to
already done
have a
it.
border
Hey,
security
hey,
law
start with
passed, right?
put the 93 executive orders that Biden canceled on day one. Put them back on, and
Yeah,
then the
well,
border will be all right.
And
we
then you'll
already
have
have laws.
Ukrainians coming to seek
Well,
asylum.
how about the cop that just got shot yesterday by some fucking
How
spook
about
that
this?
fucking
How about that?
got arrested 21 times before that and got
Eddie,
let
how
out
about
for a
this?
low,
Eddie.
for easy fucking.
Hold on. These aren't asylum seekers. These are invaders, bro.
They will be
Because-
asylum seekers when they lose their country.
Okay, well, let me clarify that. There is a law when it comes to seeking asylum. You have to
There
go
is
through-
no law. Stop
Listen to
it.
me.
Don't. Hey, Randy,
I'm
don't tell people
100%
there's a
correct.
law when we do
Third
not
country,
have
third country.
comprehensive border
You have
border
to
reform.
apply
There is
for
no
asylum in
law
the first
on our
country
border.
you
There is
enter.
no law.
A
That's
port
not
of
true.
entry. There
That's
is
not
laws
true.
on a port of entry.
You
for
have-
That's
asylum.
not true.
Thank
You have to
Thank
present
you.
yourself at our border in order
That's
to seek
the way it
asylum.
always
That's the only
was.
law.
No, it was.
That's the
It's
only
like that
law.
the whole fucking
You
world.
guys can
It's
argue
like
all
that
you
every
want, but
fucking.
it's facts.
It's like that in the whole world.
You have to
It's
present
always been
yourself
like
at
that.
the American
You
border
file
to
for
have
asylum
any
in the first
chance
country
at
you touch
asylum.
base in. Listen,
And do you
it's
want
always been like
5 million
Eddie,
more
are you gonna shut up and
Ukrainians coming
listen?
to our border to seek asylum?
Asylum has
I
always
don't. I'd
been.
rather them live in
You
their own
file
country.
for
So
asylum
how
in the
about we
first
employ
country you
Americans to
enter.
build weapons so that they can defend
You're
themselves?
not
That's what we're doing.
listening. You're not listening.
I don't need to listen to you.
The
I
whole
know I'm
world,
right.
the whole
I
world
know I'm
enters.
right. We're
You
employing
file for
Americans.
asylum in the
We're
first
giving
country you
Americans
enter.
money
What-
to
in
supply
other words,
Ukraine
In other
with
words, if I was in
weapons
North
that will
Carolina
help
and
them
I
defend their
wanted to
own
file for
country
asylum,
so that they
you
don't
don't
need
want
to
to
seek
listen. You're a
asylum in
libtard.
America. So
You don't want to
we're
listen.
supplying
You don't
Ukraine
want to
with
listen.
weapons that are
Let me
made in
just tell you how
America
the rest of
that
the world
Americans
works.
get paid to make.
Eddie,
And
the rest
those
of the
people will
world
not
works.
seek
This is the
asylum
way
in
it's always
America if they can
been.
defend their own country.
One at a time. One at a time. Each
This
person.
is the way it's
So
always
here's the
been.
deal.
One at a
You don't
We
want
time.
to hear
supply
it. You
money
don't
to
want to hear it.
Americans to make weapons so that Ukraine can defend themselves so
We
that they no
understand.
longer have to seek asylum in America, right?
Yeah,
Let me explain something to you. Can I explain
No, I
something
won't
to
listen
you?
to you, dude. You're
No,
fucking stupid. I won't
no, let
listen
me
to
explain
you
some.
or your
The
mama,
laws
your
that
daddy,
have always
15
existed
uncles,
for
and 7-Eleven
100,000 years.
grandfathers. You're dumb. You don't get
You,
it.
the
You're
country,
just a
you,
goddamn fucking racist hiding behind a fucking
it can't handle it. This
this
is
idea that
libtard.
America first means
This
something.
is
America first means hiring people in America to build the weapons that you send to Ukraine so that they don't come here and seek asylum. That's America first.
Let me explain some history to you.
All right, dog. I'm not listening
For
to
as
you. I'm
long
not
as,
listening to
for as
history.
long as, for as
You
long as
crazy,
we've been
dude?
around,
I won't listen to you
for,
about your own family history. I don't think you even understand what happened in your life.
for the last foreseeable, you know, when you leave a country
All right,
and
thank you,
file
man.
for us,
I appreciate your contribution.
Can
when
we hear
you
him for a second? Then you. Let's
when you
do
file for
that.
asylum, you're supposed to do it. Oh no, you have to do it in the first country you come
You
in
can no
contact
longer
with.
do that, Juan, because Donald
Because
Trump
Biden
made it sure that
thinks
you
of that,
can
you
only
dumb
apply for
fuck.
asylum at the border.
You're a fucking dumb fuck, and you'll always be one.
It's law,
How's
Juan.
that
You
feel,
can only
bitch?
apply for asylum at the border.
You fucking dumb fuck.
Hey, Juan, look it up.
What?
You can only apply for asylum at the fucking border. Look it up.
We do know that. That's
You're
called
supposed
the
to. Yeah, exactly. Now we fucking take them into the country. I can't deal with this guy.
Yeah, you can't deal with me because I'm smart.
Why? Because you don't
I'm
want to hear me
different than you.
talk. So then,
I'm
no, what? You don't want to hear me
I'm
talk when I want to
educated,
talk.
Juan.
So now,
I know
fuck
what
you,
I'm
dude.
talking about, Juan.
You're a fuck. No,
I know
you
that
don't.
when
You're
we spend
you
money on
think
Ukraine,
you know what
it
the
goes
scary
to
part? The
American
scary part
employees
is
who build
The
weapons.
scary
to
part
send
is you
to
think you know what
Ukraine,
you're talking about, and
keep
you
them
don't.
in their country so they don't seek
Oh,
asylum in
yeah,
America.
yeah.
Yeah, that's how it works, Juan.
I wasn't listening. What?
We spend money to build weapons in America to send to Ukraine to keep Ukrainians
Oh,
in
my
their country so they don't apply for asylum in
Why
America.
don't we spend money on our own fucking borders, asshole?
We do that.
No, we didn't.
We do?
They stopped
Yeah, we
the wall.
do.
They
Yes,
stopped
we
the
So
wall.
why
absolutely
don't we
do.
fucking secure them?
We don't have comprehensive border
Why don't we
security
fucking
because
secure our
the
own borders? We're
Republicans in
worried
the
about
House don't
somebody
want to vote
else's.
on it.
You dumb fuck.
Don't
Let-
call
let
me a
me-
dumb
let
fuck,
me
you piece
speak-
of shit. You don't
I'm
know
sorry.
shit, dude. You're
I'm
calling me
sorry.
a dumb fuck, but that's mostly
I,
you.
I'm
Look in the
getting
mirror, bitch.
passionate here.
I know what I'm talking about. I know that Americans get jobs out of supplying Ukrainians with weapons. I know that.
So
And
And then Ukrainians don't.
are we not
fucking
supposed
ask
to
for
get
fucking-
jobs?
You gonna interrupt me again?
No, I'm just saying, are we
after
not supposed to
oh,
get
you interrupt
jobs?
me again? So after we supply them with weapons, they don't come
No,
to
but
our
you're not
country
going to
and
talk to
ask
me
for
like I'm a fucking
asylum.
idiot either.
So after we supply them with weapons, they don't come to our country and ask for asylum.
and you're talking
Oh,
about
so
a war?
in other words, your logic is we should give every South American country $20 billion a year, like the president of Mexico is
Ukraine is not in
demanding.
South
Hang on, asshole.
Well,
So we should
Ukraine's not
give.
in South
No,
America,
you're not
fucktard.
gonna listen to me. You're not gonna listen to me, are you? So the president of Mexico just said the demands are we give. You're not gonna listen.
Eddie, let
You're
him
not
fucking
gonna
I'm
listen.
not gonna
Fuck
listen,
you,
man.
dude.
You're dumb.
Fuck you.
Ukraine is
billion
not
a
in
year
South
to-
America.
20 billion a
Fucktard.
year to every Latin American country that's poor. Let every
Alrighty,
Mexican
buddy.
say.
All right, man. You're
you don't
so
want to hear
goddamn
it?
dumb, man. You're fucking
You
so
don't want to
dumb.
hear the deal that's going on right now?
So
Have you ever
dumb.
heard of the Abraham Accords?
So dumb.
Have you ever heard of the Abraham Accords?
You're so goddamn dumb, dude. I don't know what to
I'm
do with
asking you a question. Have you?
you know what the result
Have you heard of
is
the
when
Abraham
you pay
Accords?
American
Do you
to
know
do a
what the
job,
Abraham Accords are, asshole?
and then nobody comes to
Hey,
America
Eddie,
to seek
Eddie,
asylum?
now I'm calling you an asshole because you're
Eddie,
not answering.
stop. You're saying
No,
the
I'm not
same
going to
Do
answer
you-
you fucking stupid bitch. You just
Have
call me
you
names
ever
the whole
heard
time.
of? Do you
haven't
know what
listened
the
to me
Abraham
once,
Accords
you
are?
fucking stupid fuck. Why would I listen to you once?
Do you know what the Abraham Accords are?
I do, and I'm not going to talk to you about it because you're dumb.
Okay. I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, that's because you're dumb.
Oh, I'm dumb.
Here's the deal.
Yeah, you're fucking full of shit, dude. You
Here's the
don't
deal.
get that when we pay Americans to make weapons, that's American economy. And we send that fucking weapon to Ukraine, they don't come here seeking asylum. That's fucking progress, you idiot.
You sound like a pimple on the ass of a fucking elephant.
You know what's funny? Because I did want to hear what you said, then him. That's his problem. He will not listen to anything. You're like, hey, bro, how about 1 minute apiece? We all get to state our point, then we can move forward. And it's talking over.
No, they won't.
He refuses to do that. But here's the
They
reality.
won't.
I know for 100% fact we already have laws in place to stop the border invasion. That's a fact. We don't need comprehensive border
Send more
laws.
money to Ukraine.
We don't need bipartisan border, whatever. The fact of the matter is we have laws in place that could have already stopped this. It's very, very obvious. This administration, they want this, okay? But here's
Eddie
another-
just wants to send money to Ukraine.
yeah, there's that. So, but we'll talk about the border real quick. So, if you notice, none of this happened under Trump. Okay, we didn't have a border invasion. We didn't have
None.
major inflation. Our crimes,
No
didn't-
wars.
right? Because he knows straight up, we didn't need bipartisan fucking things passed when he was in there. He told him, "Listen, you come here,
Alpha.
we're deporting you. We're not doing this. You're not getting free shit. Don't fucking come here."
Alpha.
This administration says, come on over. You get everything for free. Like it's a motherfucking fact. So here's what I'm saying. We already have laws in place, and there's a couple of them. If you have so many people that are illegally crossing a border at a certain time, that's a whole different, you don't need bipartisan for that. That's what that is what's called an influx of people, not a couple thousand a day, but a couple 100,000 in a month. If they have laws that are already for that. Plus, we have I think it's Article 6 or whatever, that's already in fucking place. You don't need bipartisan. There are laws already locked up on this. He will deny all the way to the bank, but that is a fucking fact. Okay, do we need bipartisan border?
Bipartisan immigration reform. Yeah.
Yes, correct. We do need that. But at the end of the day, we have laws to stop the invasion. The fucking
Exactly. And the Democrats, they say, oh, well, we had a bill and the Republicans stopped it because, the bipartisan. No,
that's a lie.
Biden can do. He undid everything Trump did, and now it's a fucking free for all that comes through. Like
Eddie, the first thing you said, Eddie, what about the 96 fucking bills he did? Let's throw those back in. But
yeah,
even without that,
yeah.
there's still a couple laws in place to stop the invasion. Once again, if you have a mass amount of people crossing over within a week, month period, there's already a law for that, period. That's fact. Then we also have another article that's already in place that wasn't overturned that they could use. Okay. So the woulda, coulda, shoulda is fucking bullshit. But the fact of the matter is none of this happened under old T Rump. Because he didn't invite these people and they knew they weren't getting a free ride. This administration invites them and offered them.
And now they're showing up. Now they're showing up with fucking Biden, Kamala fucking t-shirts on.
Of course they are.
Hey, Biden.
Well, and as you know, with the pandemic and the way they were able to finagle around all the new voter things that they did, and a lot of these changed during the pandemic, of course.
The pandemic.
It's crazy,
I love it.
You know what I mean? And how about this? Look at what they're doing to Trump.
And Fauci and Wuhan. Yeah, go on.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is, look at what they're doing to Trump now, knowing that. Biden's had the lowest approval rating for the last 2.5 years. A majority of America's not cool with this administration. And so at the end of the day, the Biden administration knows they really don't have a shot in hell at really getting reelected. So what do? They go after the main person that they're running against, which is a political witch hunt against him.
Yeah.
And that's the fact. So you're like, bro, it's pretty obvious with anybody.
And they talk about,
what you could see what's going on. You're like, this is.
And they talk about how dictators do it, and they're doing the fucking shit.
100%. So we had voter suppression, crazy new voter laws during the pandemic, and now look there. And 2.5 years later, America's like, yeah, this administration sucks. Your policies suck. This doesn't work for any of us. Okay, listen. His approval,
you know why they're doing it?
Approval ratings are not coincidence. Like that tells that most of America don't think things are better. And here we are in an election year. The Democrats know what they've done over the last couple of years. The American people are not happy with, so they have no other choice but to demonize Trump. Now, I don't give a fuck whether it's Trump or anybody else, but it's obvious that they're on a sinking ship, and they're doing everything they can to keep the last bit of power that they can. So go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, because you know what they tell themselves they're trying to protect democracy. They're fighting for democracy. They're fighting for democracy while they fucking burn it down.
100%. And the funny thing is wow, when Trump was in office, the 4 years that he was here, did America burn? Did America go upside down? Fuck no, America was thriving. And so what they say now is
until the pandemic,
it'll be the end of democracy if he gets back.
Yes,
like, that's funny. He was there 4 years. It didn't end democracy then. It's
everything they say about Trump is what they're doing.
Oh, 100%. 100%. And Eddie which I think was a chicken shit thing for him to do. If you notice, you and I are going back and forth.
He don't get it, and he never will.
Correct. We're leveled up right now. Yes, we're a little emotional about it. I get that, but we're letting each other talk. We're spitting it out. The facts, dude. Eddie's full of fucking shit when he says that we need bipartisan. It's the Republicans that are blocking everything. Well, weird, because the first 3 years, everybody listen closely. The fucking administration, the Biden administration goes, what border issue? What border? We don't have a border issue. And now
It's not a crisis.
No, but there's no crisis, right? But now in a voter fucking an election year, now it's a crisis. What about the 2 years prior? You said there's no. Matter of fact, Eddie even said before, there's no problem with the border. What are you talking about? You're lying. And now all of a sudden, it's a fucking election year, and now they're addressing because
Of course,
number one. It's one of the number one fucking.
It's like Hillary. Hillary keeps hot sauce in her fucking purse. It's the same deal. Pandering.
100%. And but look, if you look at a couple of the two top things are the border and inflation, the border and the economy. Okay. And what was weird is for 3 years, they completely said there's no problem at the border, but now in an election year, they're facing it. It's because America's like, hey, bro, we're not down with this invasion. We're not down with the inflation and the economy. Things aren't looking as good as you say. And here, let me hit another point. Now, if you look at it on statistically speaking, the economy and inflation are better. That's true. But what they don't speak of is how devalued the dollar still is. Okay. So the numbers speaking economy and inflation are looking better, but the devaluation of our dollar is still fucking way off. Okay. So meaning our dollar doesn't go near as far at all. We have skyrocket rents, skyrocket utilities,
and they say the inflation to come down, but what it's done is going up slower. It's not going back to what it was. It's just getting more expensive slower than it was.
100%.
That's all. It's still going up.
Research too, or Juan, check this out, my friend. I looked up historically speaking through American history. Anytime we've had major inflation spiked, which drove up the cost of goods and services, guess what, my friend? The cost of goods and services historically have never came back down. So
no, they never will.
No, they won't. And that's the thing. So they'll talk about the economy and the inflation. Yes, the numbers got better. But at the end of the day, historically speaking, anybody can go look this up. The cost of our goods and services have never come back down, meaning we become accustomed to higher prices and just paying these things and dealing with it. So the devaluation of the dollar and the fact that our goods and services are still going to remain high, meaning groceries, restaurants, tires for your vehicle, clothes, or all these things. We're stuck with a lot of these high prices, which are never going to come back down to the levels that they should be. So, the Dems like to pay.
You know what the answer is?
Yes.
Drill, baby, drill.
Yeah, fracking drill, baby.
Drill, baby, drill.
Isn't it odd?
I mean,
during Trump, he made us energy
exporter. We were a net exporter of energy.
We were energy independent. And what did Biden do last year?
He shut down our pipeline and opened up theirs.
No, I agree. No, he did that second day in office. Now listen, for 4 years during Trump, he made us energy independent. Do you guys remember last year? Biden had to fucking tap into our reserves.
And he sold them to China.
Yes.
Some of them.
Which
yeah.
was the oddest thing. So we went from energy into independent to actually tapping into reserves. You're all, what? This administration, the policies are not good. That also drove up inflation and all these things when they.
Yeah.
Okay. We are.
But like Yukon Air says, oh, he has nothing to do. Hang on. He has nothing to do with the price of oil when it goes up.
He has to do.
But when the prices come down, it's and give him the credit.
Yeah, they'll give him credit. How
Mhm.
about this, everybody? We, as a nation, as you guys know, we run off fossil fuels. Okay, like this is our country. We run off fossil fuels. Biden's second day in office, he declared a war on fossil fuels. A country that runs on fossil fuels was declared a war on fossil fuels. Period.
The
Okay?
Green News scam.
Yes, and then you're thinking, and the president has no thing, say in oil prices. You're all well when
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
wage a war on fossil fuels, you sure do, motherfucker.
And when you stop giving fucking permits to people that want to drill for,
Yes.
gas and shit in your own country, and then you give the okay to like Russia to deliver gas to Germany, who we're paying to protect Germany from Russia, but Germany's paying fucking Russia like $5 billion a day
Let's talk
in
about-
oil.
Let's talk about that real quick.
Let's talk about that.
Okay, so let's talk about that real quick. So if you notice during Trump again, and I don't care, it just happened to be Trump, but I don't give a fuck who it is. If you notice, Trump said, "Hey, we're not the world police anymore." Okay, we're not the world police.
America first.
America, and you don't hear that with this administration. All, but
No.
we stopped becoming the world police. We didn't fund
Globalist.
wars and proxy wars. We didn't fund militaries. We cut a lot of funding on a bunch of countries. And do you know what we did? We actually put tariffs on goods coming in, taxes from China and India, our two biggest imports, which for years prior, they didn't have taxes. They were able to ship goods and buy, and Trump goes, no, you're going to give us 1% or 3%. And he ended up pulling in $300 billion because he fucking go, dude, China, India, you're not just shipping your goods here untaxed. You're gonna pay a small tax. And they did.
Yeah.
Nothing fucking changed. So number one, we're not the world police. We're not funding all these governments. And number two, we're going to fucking start charging small taxes on imports. Fuck you and fuck you. Our country was running banger. This fucking new administration are a bunch of commie, liberal,
Pussies.
socialist fucks. They are. And that was their
And like Trump said, you can tell these motherfuckers, you can say, oh, if you do this, you're gonna, we're gonna charge you 25%. He said, or you can tell them like this. He said, you motherfuckers do this, we're fucking charging you. Like, it's the way you say it. It's the way you do it. But of course, he's got the balls, and everybody knows Biden don't. These motherfuckers like Xi Jinping and fucking Little Rocket Man and all these motherfuckers, they respect Trump because they don't know what the fuck he's gonna do. It's called alpha, right?
Bro, sorry about that too. I was actually looking up. I was trying to find the clip where Biden says, "We're waging a war on fossil fuels. When I am president, it's going to end in second day."
It just comes down to it.
So when you wage a war on the entire industry that runs our country, yeah, you're responsible, motherfucker.
It's like Trump would tell this fucking Obrador from fucking Mexico. He told him, he said, if you fucking do that, we're going to tax you 100% fucking tariff on every fucking vehicle that comes into this country. He just said it the other day. He said, all these plants that are being built in Mexico, if you think you're going to sell your cars into this country with no fucking, we're going to tax you 100% fucking tariff on every fucking vehicle that comes into this country. And you know what they'll do? They'll fold like a fucking cheap suit.
Dude, you hit the nail on
That's the
head.
difference.
You hit the nail on the head. And here's another thing. Let's talk about this. So, which is the oddest thing in the world. The Democrats, when it comes to the border, are saying everything's Trump's fault. Trump's the Republicans, block, Trump, House, Senate, block. Okay.
Oh, because, yeah.
But the funny thing is, when Trump was trying to get border issues solved, What the Dems do? Block, 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 no funding, block, no, no, no. And they're going, the Republicans are blocking us. You're like, what the fuck did you do to this guy who was trying to set up the border and do different things? And like you said, he played hardball with South America and Mexico. Goes, nope, you're not going to do that, because if you do that, we're gonna crush you. Your economy. We will crush you.
Yeah, he did the U.S.
They all cowered. They all cowered.
He did the USMCA, which is the United States, Mexico, and Canada New Deal. He made a new deal, trade deal between the three countries here, and then he went overseas. He did the Abraham Accords. He got a peace deal struck between fucking Saudi Arabia, fucking Israel, fucking Jordan. I think it was 2 or 3 other countries. He went over to fucking fat fucking Rocket Man. He stepped on his own fucking turf and said, "What do you got to say now, fat boy?" You know, he got him to fucking back down. What?
He punked Putin too. He's like,
oh yeah, he went to fucking I think it was Helsinki or something. He went over there to fucking meet Putin. He told Putin what the fuck was up.
Did you see how he alphaed up fucking on Putin? He snatched him by the hand and pulled him forward. He's like, what up? Nobody does that to Putin.
Oh yeah, when he grabbed it, he shook hands. He's like, "Yeah, this is a man shaking your hand, not some little bitch."
Snatched him up and pulled him inwards and looked him right in his fucking face. You never see any other leader in this world.
And you know,
Trump.
Oh, they show a picture of Obama looking at Putin like, "Oh, you mean man." You know, they show that picture of Obama looking at him like,
let me make this point. Trump knew what he was doing. And if you've watched when he went out with all the world leaders, he would shove them all to the side and stand in front and go, "I'm the motherfucker."
Oh, yeah. You seen that he was walking out and he grabbed that guy by the coat and he pushed him aside and said, "Let me up front." And he stuck with shit.
Listen to me. That's what I'm talking about.
I love it.
Not only was he going around doing his shit, that is a what do you call it?
That's a leader.
Yeah. Okay. But what I'm saying is in the media and in people's eyes, he was making a presence. He goes, everybody's the whole world's watching, different meetings, different this. He always knew I'm at the forefront and whatever. That's why he always alphaed up on people, because you could see it in his presence and what he was showing to display to the world and the media. Like, that's why he grabbed Putin and he goes, he like snatched him up, pulled him in, and looked him dead in the face. He knew the world's watching, and he's like, "Nope, I'm not coming off weak." And so he's good at that. You know what I mean? And he always made his presence.
You know what? We're paying for
everybody. Power down to that. All countries.
We're paying for all these countries.
Well, no, Trump's and Trump said, "We are not the world's police anymore, motherfuckers. We're not funding this. We're not giving."
Oh yeah, like NATO. Like NATO. He told that motherfucker.
Military bases down. He fucking cut all kinds of budget, and he goes, "Dude, America first. We're not over here doing this. You're not doing that. We're not funding. We're not giving money."
I watched him face to face to that NATO fucking whatever the fuck the guy's name that runs NATO, the head of it, Stoltenberg or whatever the fuck his name is. I watched him face to face with that dude. Now he's sitting on a table about 13 feet long. And he's sitting across from this NATO guy who he controls about, however many countries are in NATO. I don't know, 17, 19, it could be 30. I don't know.
Yeah,
but they control all the money that goes into NATO. And he's looking at this guy and he says, "You know what? All these countries are fucking delinquent."
That's right.
Now you're gonna start paying the 2% that you agreed to 30 years ago, or we're gonna stop fucking. The business is gonna change. Shit's about to change, and you know what?
Right.
They were all supposed to pay 2% of their gross domestic GDP, gross domestic. None of them were up to snuff. And they're all delinquent. And well, he says, I want you to be up to snuff. But besides that, I want you to pay the back that you owe too. Trump said, I want you to pay fucking
I'm agreeing with what
delinquency.
you're saying. That goes into everything I said as far as where he started cutting cutting budgets, American budgets and this and that across the globe, meaning he's like, no more funding you, no more military base there.
No,
more
you
money.
pay.
You're gonna,
These
you're gonna pay
motherfuckers,
taxes,
the
you're gonna
richest
do this.
countries in the world are not paying.
Yeah, so no,
Like-
I'm agreeing with what you're saying. I'm adding because it goes with what I was saying about where he went across the board and started cutting funds
Yeah.
and telling countries you don't you oh and
And-
then he was telling people, listen, he told countries if
If
our
you don't
our
pay,
military
we're not going to protect you.
our military protects you, you're going to pay. There's no more free this.
Like
We're not
Germany.
funding you. We don't give you no more money. You guys
know?
if you get into a war, you're on your own, or you're going to pay us. We're not the world
Yeah.
police. And he said
A
that. We are
perfect-
not the world police. You know, and you know what's
Perfect
funny?
example is Germany.
Eddie's over here
Here's
fucking-
Germany.
And listen,
Here's
Eddie's over
Germany.
here-
We're
okay.
yeah.
Eddie's
Here's
over here-
Germany. We're fucking paying. Germany has no military. We're
Right.
protecting them from Russia, and then at the same time, they're not paying their obligated dues, and in the same time, and they're paying Russia for their fuel.
Correct. That's right.
And then there's a pipeline going from there to there, and Biden. I mean, you can't make this shit up.
No, but you know what, dude, and let's wrap this up in a sense. But Eddie is completely wrong when he's saying that there's no laws on the books for the border. 100% is. Secondly, over here, he's bragging about, you know, making bombs and funding a war. I'd say, dude, I thought you were a Democrat that were anti-war party, but here's your party backing all this shit up. And at the end
A
of the
warmonger.
then he was saying, oh, well, then we would have to let in millions of Ukrainians. No, we wouldn't have to, period. They can apply for asylum. They can do this or that. But at the end of the day, we're the ones that could allow or not allow whatever. We could set caps on how many we could take, meaning if
Every
10 million,
country in the world has borders.
10 million wanted asylum, we could say we got room for 2. Sorry, the others would go to Europe and here and there, whatever. Eddie was full of shit on so many fucking things that he was spouting, and that is why he wouldn't let you talk and have a conversation. I'm talking, you're talking. Eddie would not
Yeah.
allow that. He wanted to be the
Every country in the world has borders that they set.
all of them.
Why the fuck? Every fucking there's 195 countries in the world. Every fucking one of them has borders and they have laws when you come into their country. Why the fuck do we have to be the only dumb fucks that don't have any?
Well, it's pretty obvious, but listen, you know what's odd? We have money to fund Ukraine's border. We're protecting Ukraine's border, but we can't protect our own. Remember when Trump
Yep.
wanted money? Listen, remember when Trump wanted money for our border? No. Yeah, we've got money for Ukraine's border. Weird.
Yep.
Weird. No,
And
but
that's
you're right
why-
about we can protect their border, but we can't protect our own.
And that's why Karine Jean-Pierre says, the Republicans say we had a bipartisan bill, and then the Republicans, they didn't want to do it. Yeah, you know why, you dumb fucking dyke? You fucking DEI fucking motherfucker. Is because there's more shit in that bill than you fucking want to talk about. You know what I mean? She's acting like it's just only that. She's not telling you all the shit that you know who Karine Jean-Pierre is, right?
Yeah, sorry. I'm trying to get some NyQuil. I'm listening to you. Yes, I do.
Yeah. The press secretary, the dumb fuck. Yeah. She's telling you, the Republicans are Republicans.
Of course. I know 100%.
The fucking bill was filled. There was nothing for border security here. And they were giving all the money to Ukraine.
Well, no. But once again, hold on. Once again, bro, let's talk about how is it? Okay, when Trump wanted money for our border, he was shut down every which way but Sunday. But all of a sudden, we've got money to protect Ukraine's border. Like, get the fuck out of here. You know, like I was born at night. I was not born last night. You know, so
Well, that was to protect our democracy.
no, I'm just saying, and I agree with you. But think about the border in itself. When Trump was
No,
trying
I
to
know.
get
It's a
something, he was shut down. Yeah, it's to our democracy. You're right. Sorry, I missed the joke. Yeah, no, it's just super odd. You know, and then once again, anytime the Republicans and Trump tried to do anything with the border, the Dems for 4 years shut down. Now, when the roles are flipped, the conservatives they're blocking us. They're this year. What did you do to us for 4 straight years, motherfucker? And here's the deal: a majority of Americans that's the number one issue: border and border and inflation, economy. Border and economy are the two main topics. Border's number one. So if border is
Trump's fucking beating his brains out in both categories.
if border's the number one issue with all voters right now, okay, the main issue with a majority of voters, not all.
Yeah.
The majority of voters, the main issue is the border, second economy. What does that tell you? That we're like, yeah, we're not happy with what's going on. What do you mean? It's this. Yeah, well, blah, 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 blah. The fact of the matter is America's not happy with what we got. Well, it's bipartisan. Well, that's weird because none of this happened with Trump. I just saw a poll.
84% of people in the United States don't think that Biden has the mental acuity to be, in charge of fucking whether he's eating scrambled eggs or fried.
60 to 70% don't think he handled the border good. 40,
but
50%, 50% or so don't think he handled the economy good, and 80% think he's unfit to run. I've seen that.
And you know what? The dumb motherfuckers are still going to vote for him.
There's no arguing with I don't know if this guy's fit to run. That's fairly obvious. What he's done with the border, it's fairly. Most people don't like it, and
you got 90% of them that are still going to vote for this dumb fuck.
Anybody but Trump. So they'll vote fucking dude. I made a meme today. You guys want us to watch? I posted it on my Facebook or my YouTube my YouTube. But I made this meme and it says, re-electing Joe Biden would be like the Titanic backing up and hitting the iceberg again.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, right? So I don't know, did you guys see that meme?
I was going to tell you about the border here.
Yeah.
In the last couple of days, in the last month alone, we've taken in, so they say, 70 people on the terrorist watch list.
I believe it.
Now, that's just the people they know.
They're estimating now we've had 8 to 10 million illegal border crossings in the last 3.5 years. Since Biden, almost 10, they said 8 to 10 million. Fucking dude, do you know that that's more people than like 15 states like Wyoming?
Trump's whole 4 years, I think it was like 3 million or 2.5, 3 million. Biden's like 9 million, going on 10.
They quadrupled that. That's right, and counting. So,
and that's just the ones we know of too.
100%.
Jesus. Crazy.
Oh.
I could go on and on and on, but like you said, we might as well end it.
Yeah, no, that way we don't keep
on that discussion anyway.
Yeah, no, it's a good discussion because we got a little emotional with it, whatever. But you and I were good enough to basically let each other talk, give each other a little bit of the floor, go back and forth. And that's the way it should go.
Well, I'm willing to talk to him, but he won't talk to me because he don't want to hear the facts.
And I won't do that with him. If we're going to have a political debate, we're going to have a moderator. And
he says, nobody will come up here and talk to me about politics. Well, you know what? I got tired of talking about politics for the last fucking 8 years. So I really rarely do it. But if I'm ready to do it, why can't you stand there and fucking take the heat?
You know, and so I actually made a post 2 days ago, and I said, Eddie, I'll crush you at a political debate, because
I saw that.
He keeps saying
I saw that.
Yeah, and he keeps saying nobody will debate me. I'm all, the fuck I won't. But
Yeah.
we're gonna have a moderator, and we're each gonna get 1 to 2 minutes back and forth and back.
Exactly. Because you can't argue with a fucking libtard. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You cannot argue with these people because they don't understand fucking reality.
100%, bro. And
It's worth it. That's why I stopped. That's why I stopped talking politics on YouTube, because you can't argue with somebody that just doesn't. You can't. They won't get it.
They don't want to get it, bro.
It's a waste of time.
They don't want to get it. And you know what's odd as well is that a majority of people won't admit that Biden has not done a good job. Like they're so invested in, well, they have Trump derangement syndrome so high, and secondly, they're so invested in this administration, they won't disagree with almost anything this and that. But here's the other thing: everything that is bad is Trump's fault. It's Trump's fault. Everything, the border, well, that's Trump. All these things, Trump. Yeah. What Trump did is what we're dealing with now. And
it reminds me,
dude, you're arguing.
It reminds me of like, I don't like Biden either, but you know,
Trump. Yes.
Yeah. And it reminds me of like, I didn't watch it, but somebody sent me that clip. You know what I'm saying on YouTube? I wasn't watching that, but somebody sent me a clip of them talking about me. It's the same mentality. Like, I don't like Biden either, but I didn't vote. It's the same mentality.
Hog Ann, and there's a few of them, but Hog Ann was one of the
that broad is fucking evil.
Well, she would always say, I don't even watch them. I don't listen to them. I don't pay attention. But that broad would knew every word that was said and the timestamp. Well, at 7 minutes and 87 seconds into their video, they said, you're like, I thought you don't watch that. I thought you don't.
I got a major bone to pick with that broad.
Everything. They don't watch, but they know everything.
I got a major bone to pick with that broad.
I called her out on that 4 or 5 plus years ago. I'm all, isn't it weird? You don't watch or you don't know, but you know everything. Which one is it? You know what you know. What up, buddy?
Me and Joanne, I've never really been I've been friends with her and stuff for a little bit, but the way she did Natalie, I don't like that shit.
Yeah, that was pretty rough.
She went after Natalie over the Yukon Ann and deal with me when Yukon Ann was wishing me to go die in a river and go hang myself and shit. And Natalie was like, whoa, take it easy. And Yukon lost it and started talking about the pens and all this other shit.
Yeah.
So then, why Joanne flip on her so bad? People are asking her, and she didn't have an answer besides, because it was something about. And then they go back to this $100 thing. She loaned Natalie $100, right?
Yeah.
But then she needed to add another 100 for her to get the 100, and supposedly Natalie took the 100, and then the second 100 that she needed, which was 200 now, big money, 200, and she didn't give it back. So why the fuck are you donating $100 to this broad and then 200? If you can't afford $200, why the fuck are you bitching about 100? You know what I'm saying? In a way.
Well, yeah, no.
You gave this broad $100. Now she can't get the $100 unless you give her the other 100. So she gave her the other 100, and then you didn't get the other. Why are you bitching about it? You had enough money to donate her $100. Now you're gonna bitch about the other 100? It was that fucking important to you that you're gonna shit on this woman? You understand what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, I do
Get
remember.
the fuck out of here.
Were hearing all that, and she was saying she gave her money, but she didn't spend it where she said she was going to spend it, and then so she bitched about that. And I actually was on the outs with Natalie for a long time, and even her
Yeah.
daughter, and I stuck up for her daughter and other things, and now Natalie and I and the daughter were all very cordial and very nice and respectful to each other in the whole deal. Yeah, so I have seen a lot of that go down and the Yukon thing go down with
Well,
Natalie. Her and Nat got into.
So where's the big thing about turning on her is about this fucking Yukon thing, and then the $100. You're gonna turn on somebody over $100? Holy fuck! You know what I mean? Go
Well,
on.
dude, I talk about it, but I don't really give money to anybody for anything on fucking YouTube.
Me either. I've never
I've
given
never-
a cent. Like you said,
I feel
that's
no
nerd
obligation
activity.
for any money, bro. I'm like, dude,
That's
whatever.
nerd activity.
Yeah, it's pretty much nerd activity. I agree 100%, dude. I don't come here to fucking open my checkbook to anybody, like, at all.
No, I come here for entertainment and fucking, whatever.
If we all met in person or me and AJ met, I would have lunch. Bro, let's go to lunch, dude, and hug and how you doing, buddy, and have a beer, and I'll buy a
I'd
beer.
buy lunch.
But as far as like, oh, AJ, whatever, or anybody, I'm like, I don't really give money,
No, dude. Like you told me a while ago, a couple years ago, and it's not like me and you are big buddies or nothing, but you was like, dude, we work too hard for our money to give it away.
That's right.
That's so true. I'm not gonna, dude. I work my balls off. I'm not gonna sit there and give it, to somebody that refuses to fucking do a goddamn thing.
I'll go do snow removal for a couple days, dude. My joints, my limbs, my back. I mean, it's fucking gnarly work sometimes. And I'm like, yeah, no, bro. Like, no, I'm not giving you my labor. Like, fuck no and fuck no.
It's like maybe if you tried to do something, I might give you a dime. But if you're like Kaz or somebody like, I'm not giving you a fucking dime.
Well, now that brings up something I've been wanting to talk about, which nobody in the community talks about, which is a grift. Now, I'm going to give you guys some backstory, some history. We'll do it real quick. Okay, when these channels started growing in popularity, now I'm talking 8 years ago, 9 years ago or so. Channels started to grow in popularity, and there was a term coined called fan funded, meaning, hey guys, I'm this channel, I provide this content. I'm trying to make the channel grow. I'm trying to bring you guys good quality content. If you like what I'm bringing, you like me, and you support this channel, if you can help with $1, $2, $5, it's called fan funded. You can help me grow this channel, whatever. Now, that would be a channel that actually every week brings some sort of edited content. Okay, so like 4x channel or a fishing channel, or that motherfucker goes out and he fishes and he talks about the lure, he talks about his shit, and it's edited. And thank you guys.
Like Slab City TV, the guy there, Slab City TV.
Okay, well, yeah, him kind of. But listen, I'm talking about 8 to 10 years ago. So you would have these channels, and that was called fan funded. Okay. And so there was some leverage there. Hey man, this is a great car channel. He really brings a lot of good info, or a hiking channel, or whatever you're into. Like, dude, I dig that. Here's $3 next week. Here's another 4 or 5. And sure, if you had 100,000 people do that, you could start building some bitching content. Now, as you know, being in America, we are a capitalist society. We're very money driven, whatever. Anytime money gets put on the table, it becomes inundated with people going after that money. And that's what happened to YouTube. So now all of a sudden, you look at Jose, you look at Cause, fan funded. It's fan funded. Donos, I can't do this without you. You're like, what do? You don't bring no quality edited content. You don't go week after week, month after month, and actually go film this shit and then edit it and then put it out and then do it again and again. Listen to me, guys, real quick. Many of the bigger
I'm listening.
yeah, absolutely. Many of the bigger fucking channels will tell you this. They'll go, guys, this consistency is the key. We don't get to make a popular video this week, but next week slack off. Oh, and next month slack off, and next year like this. If this is your job, it's week after week, month after month, year after year. You create content, you edit it, you put it out. You create content, you edit it, you put it out. So what I'm saying
get
is
money.
that's a fan funded. That's a channel. If you notice, dude, in the past handful of years, anybody and everybody could start a channel, and now everybody, it's a grift. So it went from legit being a fan-funded channel to somebody who actually put out content to everybody's fan-funded now, and they just got their hand out. And that's anywhere
Oh
you
my
go.
God.
Anytime money's on the
Everybody.
table, yeah. Anytime money's on the
Everybody.
table in anything, any industry across the board, hey, there's a brand new industry and people are making money. Boom, everybody flocks right there, right? Oh, and then there's just a new one. Everybody flocks there. What do you think happened to YouTube? Fan-funded channel. Oh, you could start a channel and get donos. Flock. And it became inundated with everybody wanting handouts. So there you go.
Yep. And you can mark it down on the calendar. I've never asked for a fucking dime.
Totally, bro. Me
Nor would I.
years,
What's that?
bro. You know that I've been on YouTube since like 07, 08? Years, dog. I like straight up. And
Yeah.
like in the early days, and like way before most people had channels, YouTube was way different. Matter of fact, in the early days, there was no dono. You couldn't give donos to anybody. Then they realized, okay, this is like an amateur thing, and people
That's
were
right.
really. And then people were really putting in work. Okay, then they opened up where you can get PayPal, then this, then the Cash App, all these things. But in the very beginning, nobody got money on YouTube. You either ended up getting some sort of like where they would monetize you and whatever. But then they realized, okay, we can make channels and we have people that donate. So then that opened up, and that went from that to being oversaturated is what I'm getting.
I'll tell you when I started real quick, and it was a real quick story. I started, I think I looked up some nickels. I had some nickels. I was looking to see if any of them were worth money. And so I looked up some nickels, and I think I got hooked onto a Zane Green channel about coins. Explaining the value of money, these coins. And then, so I think and then the algorithm must have hooked me onto Cornelius Van Gogh, and I saw this fucking thing with dreads with blonde hair. I said, who the fuck is this? So I hooked on her, and I saw her go and fucking Living Free and Mike, and then I saw her do an interview with Goonies, and that was the only episode I ever saw of Goonies.
Interesting.
And then after that, I got kind of hooked into the community. I Dog Lives and Scrapping Dude and Danny Sinister.
Yeah.
That motherfucker. He had a morning show.
Yep. That's
Remember the show he had, and Cal and the morning show. Yeah, he had like reggae music going, and the chat was on the screen. So I got kind of watching that, and then that's how I got started into this community. And then the Hangouts, it was the Hangouts with Evan was there, and Peeps, and Stoney, and JD Hogleg. And
I got into this community in around 2017 to 2018, but I had been doing YouTube for 9 years prior. So I started dating this chick in early 2010, and she was into YouTube, and she hit me up. She's like,
"Oh my God,
watch YouTube?" And I'm all, "Yeah, like fuck yeah." And she was too. This was 2010. So I had already been in it for about 2
Holy
years.
fuck.
Yeah, I was in it 07, 08. But when I started dating this chick in 2010, she was already big. She was a big YouTuber, and I was way into YouTube at that point. My point about what I'm in about that is I've seen, that's how I could kind of give you a background to what's
Well,
YouTube.
that's what I'm building up to, the grift. I'm building up to the grift with like Good Job Buddy. Like when Good Job Buddy he came in, he's all about the grift. I've seen him.
Everybody's a grift these days. And speaking of,
You're right.
Zane Green was really good at working YouTube. If you notice, it was always a mission and this and that. He had all these different channels. He knew how to fucking play the YouTube game, and he was striving to be successful. But it was also grifts, you know, the coins, the Shark Teeth, the this. He was good at that. And YouTube, it's inundated. And now, but you know what's funny, Juan? Now you got people that just like Jose sits at a McDonald's and expects you to pay him. You're all, what?
Well, yeah,
It's
COD
literally-
started that shit.
Huh?
COD started that shit.
Bro,
Just sitting there, fucking.
hour,
He don't even.
100%.
He don't even make conversation. He just sits there and fucking waits for you to say something, and then.
He does.
I mean, who the fuck?
A lot of people.
Now, Good Job Buddy. Good Job Buddy. I think it's funny how he fucking started with the dibble shit. We all know that. How he fucking, you know, he came out. I said, who the fuck is this goop? You know, whatever.
No job.
And then he fucking, as soon as Jose got a little bit of attraction from IP2, Good Job Buddy had him at his house. Where he didn't have hot water, and I swear,
Yeah.
I believe Jose. I don't think there was fucking hot water in that house. I believe Jose on that. And then after that, I see him going, I'm gonna bring Dumpstar to my house for 10 days. Dumpstar went from 2,000 subscribers to 10,000 in about a week, and Buddy was like, I'm gonna have Dumpstar at my house for 10 days. I'm gonna tell you know, and then after that, there's just so many. There's another thing too. I can't remember, but he's so on that fucking. Oh, like the Tommy with the oil. Tommy was like, you know, he wanted him to. It's like, dude, anybody he thinks he can fucking, and then he turns around and he goes, every time he donates, he goes in the chat and makes sure everybody knows that he donated.
He does love to brag.
Did you get that money? Hey, did you get that money? Hey, did you get it? Oh, just make sure. Did you get? Oh, I just want everybody to know that I donated that $10.
Yeah.
You know, and like if you donate it, who gives a fuck? But he wants everybody.
Dude, like, you know, like if something happened to my friend AJ or Don or something, I'm gonna send them some flowers and whatever. You know what I mean? Of course,
Yeah.
like condolences or something.
Yeah,
like
you know,
that.
and I want to.
Giving money, like fuck no. Like
No, I want to make this. I want to make this known too. As far as Good Job Buddy, I don't hate the guy. Me and him are so fucking polar opposite. I cannot help but not like him.
You know, dude,
We're so polar opposite. Everything he does, I hate.
Same
You know?
like I don't have a problem with him. We had a great conversation tonight, but politically, dude, we're so opposite on that. Like, you know, that's really where me and him clash, is mainly on politics.
It pains me how much I fucking dislike this guy over. I mean, I don't dislike him. We're just so opposite. Every fucking move he makes, I don't like. The way he, you know, his comedy, like his wannabe comedy, like, oh, all this shit that he says is not funny. He's in the chat going, oh, this, that, and the other thing. It's not funny. I don't know who the fuck is laughing at it.
So
Nobody.
What's up, AJ? We're leaving AJ out there. What's up, AJ? What's going down?
Not
bro?
much, just browsing the internet.
Sorry, we
AJ just. Yeah,
sorry.
he's sitting
all
back and listening.
You're all
Okay,
good.
cool.
AJ's the man. I always like it. AJ blocked me one time. I don't know why, but I've always been fucking a fan of AJ.
Hmm.
Of course, me too.
He says some wild shit, but you know what? That's what it's all about.
Me and AJ talk weekly or every other week or so offline, bro. We call each other, we send each other messages, we do a lot of memes and funny shit back and forth. And me and AJ are friends off of here, bro.
Oh yeah.
And we don't
AJ, I went through a lot of shit when I don't mean to bring it up, but when you and CB Canadian Bacon went, that kind of was a big breakup.
Yeah.
I thought the way he threw AJ under the bus after all those years was a little shady. You know, and then another thing which I thought was weird is Eddie and Bacon kept telling AJ, Digger runs your channel. You listen to Digger. You do everything he says. And we're like, no, we think alike, and we have we have similar opinions and this and that. But he's a grown man. I've never, and what's like I just said, we talk all the time offline, and we don't conspire against nobody. When me and him are talking, we ask about family, we talk about music, and we send each other funny fucking memes, and we laugh, and that's about it. Me and him,
that's what you call a friend.
Yeah, we're on friend shit. We're not conspiring ever. Hey AJ, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that.
And you're not sitting there setting them up for to troll them.
Fuck no.
No.
4 years.
See,
later,
that's what people think. People think that you're setting up AJ to troll them.
well,
And
they
you're
kept
trolling
telling
him the
me-
whole time, fucking with him. Nah, but you appreciate his friendship, and you know he's a horse of a different color, and you know
100%.
you enjoy that.
Sense of humor, so do you, bro.
I
And
do too.
do the same shit. But they told AJ, you're gonna see, watch, you'll see. And I'm like, when are you gonna see AJ? It's been 4 fucking years and we're buddies. One of these years you're gonna see her. Like, that's the funny thing. So no, you're right. We're on the friend level. We have similar fucking interest, and we have a dark sense. So do you, Juan.
Yeah.
I
Well, basically, you have no reason to troll him. You know,
no.
he does things that you like. Like he plays guitar, he likes good music. Fucking, why would you troll him?
No, and he likes dirt bikes. I like dirt bikes. We both like music and
Yeah,
other stuff.
so that's what I'm saying. You troll people you don't.
We both have a
You
dark
don't
sense
like.
of humor, so some of the memes we send each other is kind of edgy and dark, and we both always laugh our ass off.
Yeah.
We're not. Yeah, it's very similar type shit.
That
So,
shit you sent me the other day, I laughed my fucking ass off over that, dude. That was funny, man.
good.
Hey, you were gonna say something about me, Digger.
I
What up,
showed
what?
Donna, and Donna started fucking rolling too, dude.
What'd you say,
It was
Juan?
funny, man.
I thought you said you were gonna say something about me.
Oh, I said you're very similar to us as well. You're funny. We've always been friends. You know, we never talked shit to each other. Went back and forth, and I think your sense of humor, as well as our political leanings, are spot on. So you and I have always gotten along, and the whole thing. You know, yeah, man. And I've never said
I
nothing
agree.
bad. I've never said fuck Juan, that Juan this, or I've never said that online.
I
or to
agree.
anybody. You've never
And
badly.
I've never fucking gone at you. You know,
Nope, you didn't. You know,
as much as they want me to, I haven't.
you didn't, and I didn't go with you either. And I've seen you hang out with the Water Tower gang, but I know you're not into all that shit, and that's why I wasn't engaging with you as much. But I never said anything negative. We've never went at each other.
No, but I mean, we've never had a problem with saying something to each other either.
Nah,
You know what I mean?
my whole joke with you is that I'm teaching you how to do concrete. Ha ha, funny. You know, that's
Yeah. You
always
know,
poked at you at that.
I've never gone at you about washing windows. You know, it's all work is work as far as I'm concerned. You know,
Well, yeah, man. You know, I get it, brother.
I wouldn't want to climb up a 40-foot ladder.
No,
You
most
know?
people won't. It's kind of sketchy, but yeah. No, everything's cool. And no, I agree
No,
with what
I
you said about
appreciate
the Eddie thing, where you're like, I don't really
dude,
see
me
it.
and you are fucking so aligned politically.
Yeah,
I mean, I've actually said before, I said, me and him, I told somebody this, I said, me and him there's nobody more politically aligned than me and him.
sure.
You know, that's the way I feel.
There's a handful of us in here that definitely have the same thoughts. I speak about it a bit more than others, but you have Chandelier. She's pretty lined out, and John
And
McDonald.
Carlos.
Carlos is dope, and he's.
You don't like Carlos. Yeah, you have a problem. You
No,
guys
I
had an
don't think
issue.
he's dope. Me and Carlos. Are
I
cool.
know you.
I've
Yeah,
never
but
been-
there was a riff one time, I think. You
maybe-
said something about yeah.
I don't even remember, but I know I've known Carlos for a long time. Here's the funny thing. Carlos is Hispanic, a real Mexican dude. And secondly, he's from California, right?
He's
So-
a snowboarder.
Yeah,
or
he's a
whatever.
snowboarder, surfer type of dude, Hispanic dude, but he lines up with our politics too, bro. And a lot of my Mexican friends, bro, are conservatives. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
Majority of my Mexican friends are conservative, which would blow away a limp-wristed fucking liberal from back east that doesn't know. But in California, you got dude, even Andrew tends to lean on the conservative side more.
Oh
He's
my
center
God.
right as opposed to center left. Which is like,
Andrew.
but what I'm saying is a lot
This
of
guy.
Hispanics, they're fucking they're more conservative than they are liberal. Facts.
Hey, we can get together, man. hey, I got you.
He's a pretty
Hey, digger, I can be there. Hey, what you don't understand is that I know where you live, man. I can be there, and like tomorrow, I can be there.
Yeah.
We can meet up. Why don't you meet up with me?
Yeah. No, dude,
Hey, why don't we meet up?
honestly, dude, like he's been preaching the same shit from day one. So I know he's pretty real at like
It's so funny, dude. I think it's so funny. Natalie Hamilton's girlfriend said that she put it the best. She said, Andrew, his lifelong goal is to meet as many people off of YouTube as he can. I mean, that's fucking funny. That's his lifelong.
He's a fairly genuine person. What happened with me and him, I think, got blown out because I never did say anything negative or threaten. That was never the deal. But honestly, I think he is a genuine person because I heard an old video from like a couple years ago. Dude, he was saying the same shit from basically the first when he came in here, and he's got his own swagger about it, but he's a pretty genuine fucking dude that
She said his lifelong goal is to meet as many people of YouTube as he can. And it's so fucking funny. It seems that way to me.
I think he's a genuine, nice person and wants to. If you met him, you'd probably have a good time. Lunch, a cerveza, fucking whatever.
I'm sure you would. He's a great guy.
Yeah.
He just got this thing that he wants to meet you.
Yeah.
He wants to tell you.
He's not looking for negative shit. Matter of fact, he kind of steers away from the negativity. But I know for a fact you don't really want to fuck with dude, but he doesn't want that either.
No. I think he just wants to fucking hang out and fucking shoot the shit. But it's so funny because he's like,
I was like, he's a pretty genuine dude. He's been saying the exact same thing for years, but
I said this a long time.
But also, dude, like we are a gnarly drama community. And when he came in, he was like, well, why can't we all just get along? And life is whatever. And let's just chill. And I'm all, you don't know where you're at, bro. You don't know where you're at. And that's why he came up with the St. Andrew.
Wasn't it?
Save the
St. Andrew. Wasn't it yesterday? Somebody was like cloning his account or something. You were like, It's not fuck. It doesn't take a rocket science to figure out what's going on here.
Correct. Yeah.
He
I
he
would-
was he was under different names or what?
I think
What do you think?
I think so, but I don't think that what was I going to say about the well, he doesn't think the same way he did a couple years ago. Like everybody, he's like, he gets it now. Like,
Oh, when he
yeah,
first came in, yeah, making hunky dory. Yeah,
yeah, it was a little,
everything.
and I'm like, Andrew, bro, this isn't that community. And he only wanted good for everybody. I'm like, we're not that community, dude. We're 7 years deep now, and we've been doing this for years. A lot of us have
Yeah.
mellowed out because we're, I was 40,
Yeah.
40 something years old then. I'm 50 now. You're like, oh shit, so. And I do think he understands more about the community than he did 2 or 3 years ago. But no, I don't think he comes from a negative space. Deep down, I think he is a nice dude. He don't want drama, but he definitely probably won't back away from it, bro.
No, I mean, I don't think he'll back away from it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I just like I said this a couple years ago, probably when I said something on Junie's panel, and what's her name, fucking clipped it or whatever. But I said, oh, he did, you know, I forget.
That's some of their swagger, though, dude. Like some of the cholo dudes kind of talk like that, like it's like their demeanor, their swagger. That's pretty common. Not all Hispanics are like that, but some of that style. It's almost like a mafia hit, like how like an Italian dude, almost like in the movies, would talk. Some of these dudes do talk like that, and they'll talk a certain way.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Right. That's just his swag.
I don't go. Hey, I'm from the East Coast. We don't talk like that around here. We don't talk like we don't whisper.
They do.
We fucking talk over here like
Right.
Just so to me, it's like a culture shock almost.
Yeah.
But
100%.
like you said, I don't think he's a negative guy. I think he's a great guy.
Yeah.
He's a big, teddy
He
bear,
works.
like they say. He fucking works, and he's got a nice house, and he's got a family, supposedly. I don't know. I don't really look into it.
Yeah.
I don't look into it. I'm not that into it. I'm a YouTuber. I don't go offline. I don't text anybody. I don't call anybody. Tracy says I called her the one time. That's the one time the stellar birthday party.
Let's talk about this real quick, Juan. Let's reverse it to a bunch of years ago. And the funny thing is, bro, and I know you were probably maybe just new to it, or you might remember some of this, but in the very beginning, I'm talking 6 to 7 years ago, 5.5 years ago, the most vindictive, trouble causing individuals happen to be females for the most part. Okay, so the ones that were taking the ones that were really wanting to cause the problems were mainly the hoe army. Okay, and so the funny thing is, the most evil, vindictive troublemakers were actually women in this community, dude. And I'm talking even Peeps was involved in it early on. Then of course
they always are, brother.
Yeah, and it's like, think about that. The
women.
The biggest troublemakers were the women. Okay,
it's always the women.
Evan had
if you ever see a crime, there's a woman behind it.
of some sort. Right?
True.
My cousin's jiu-jitsu coach was murdered, and his wife set it up.
It's always any fucking thing you see go on. There's always a woman behind it.
It happened in Palm Springs, bro. It's a widely known case. It's a major case. My cousin's jiu-jitsu coach, bro, went to his front door and then somebody came up and shot him right in the head. It turns out the wife hired the dude to shoot the fucking husband.
Yeah.
Bro.
And
Yeah.
I'm telling you, dude, every fucking thing you think, every fucking is always a woman behind it. You know, I had a guy that worked, he was an old farm dog.
Yeah.
Crazy motherfucker. I'll show you a picture of him sometime. He said, they're all liars and they're all sisters,
Right.
which means they all lie and
They
they're all
won't go
sisters.
They won't go against
They're-
each other. They'll back each other up,
Exactly.
even when there's lies. That's right. And I
Yeah.
agree. You know, yeah, dude. I mean, and using all may not be completely true, but we can say a majority of them over the years, you know, whatever, you know, and not all guys are good either. So, you know,
Yeah. But you were going to talk about 7 years ago when the
I was
women.
just talking about in the beginning and whatever. And once you've seen all the real taking stuff offline, trying to ruin people's life, trying to find out
Oh yeah, I've heard it. I've heard your story
who you are, where you live,
with
where
the
you work,
fakers and all that shit. Yeah,
what your
and the
family.
whole army.
That was the whole army in the very beginning. It was really
Yeah.
over deadbeat, of course, as you know, and this. But like, isn't it strange to look back on that and reflect?
You know,
on it? Well, my God,
it's
bro.
it's
'Cause
strange to
you
look
said you
back
never
now.
wanted to take it offline, and I'm like, and that's what made me think. I'm like, I never wanted to take it offline, but once
You
this
know-
shit starts happening to you, at a certain point, you kind of have to you fight fire with fire. And that's where me and Evan teamed up. I go, bro, they're coming at you, they're coming at me. We're stronger together than we are apart. He
You
said,
gotta,
and we've teamed
you
up.
gotta trip out. You gotta trip out on this. The first time I ever saw you was on when Scrappin' Dude fucking interviewed you.
I like scrap. dude.
You remember when he interviewed you? Because he was going at it with Good Job Buddy.
Yeah, he
Or
hit me up,
whatever, and
buddy.
he interviewed you.
Yeah.
That was the first time I said, "Who the fuck is this guy?" And I started listening to you. I was like, this guy's fucking. He's got a clue.
Now, I was a public figure back then. You know, I was one of the main ones that people would come after. And as you know, brother, I never bought into bullshit. I was never into nerd activity, or I saw through a lot of these things. And don't forget, Juan, you were here, brother. You remember when the rise of the Slab City genre, and I'm just talking across the board on YouTube, the entire genre in itself was peaking out. It was growing. And I'm not talking to people like in our community. I meant across the board. Slab City was like a phenomenon. Okay. And you watched it peak out and grow. You watched it grow and peak out and do the whole thing. And the funny thing is that these people actually believed that it was going to be a peaceful community. It was going to be a community is going to come together, and they're going to do this and they're going to do that. And, you know, all
Well,
these
I
things.
didn't actually see all that, but go on.
So my point is, I was like, no, they're not. No, they're not. No, they're not. You're a hater. You're wrong. You're this, you're that. Well, look back 7+ years later, you're all, well, Digger was kind of right, because Slabs is worse than it's ever been. But there were tons of people, as the popularity of the genre grew, literally believed a lot of these bums, these grifters, where Slab, so the geography of Slab City and all that, they believed in all that. And I'm like, you have no idea. And if you don't know the geography, or even AJ, if you don't know the geography of Slab City, trust me, my friends, you have no clue.
Well, I started with alien in the hole, fucking trying to build a house in this hole, and Scrappin' Dude, Scrappin', and then of course, Dog Lives. Once I heard Dog Lives, dude, I heard him, I was hooked. I was like, "Who's this guy?"
So
I love this guy.
Out of this community, he was basically the first Wild West channel where anything goes. He didn't give a fuck. Say
But-
what you want. I don't care. Well, the Ho Army did not like that. They went after Dog Lips because Dog Lips just
You know what?
that's why I always said he had the original Wild West channel in this community, like a free for all.
And you know what's funny? Because I couldn't chat. I was just watching it on my TV. I watched for like a couple years. I watched Dog Lips on TV without a chat. I didn't have a phone. So I just watched this shit on TV. I was like, what the fuck? This is better than Fox News.
Yeah, right.
You
It's
know?
like real life
I was-
happening with real
Dude,
people.
For a couple years, I just turned on Dog Lips and fucking watched you guys. You know, I didn't even, there was no chat. I just watched him react to whatever you guys were saying. And then I finally got a phone and joined the chat, and here I am.
Well, I was the original dude that had multiple accounts that would talk to each other per se. So I would have 5, 6, 7 accounts, all different photos, different names. Well, I would go in under all 5, 6, 7. I'd have 3, 4, 5 devices going, and I would fucking switch back and forth because I knew, bro, if one character could resonate and have a voice, well, 3's better. Well, 5's
And you built the chat.
yeah, 100%. And I would get 5 people agreeing at the same thing, or I would be 5, I would be 5 different kind of characters all agreeing and saying certain talking to each other. And then other people are like, yeah, you're right. Oh, this person's right. They're right. And I'm like, that's all 5 people.
Yeah.
Like,
And I can't remember.
The community, dude. I was the first dude to do that shit, dog.
You know what? I was actually watching the first day when fucking Tally went live
Okay.
because he was pissed off at Scrapping Dude, and I saw this channel come live, and I said, "Who the fuck is this?" And it was Tally. He was sitting there with a pissed off looking face, and he was looking at
When he first
Scrapping Dude.
we ended up.
He was so pissed at Scrapping Dude. Oh, it was.
I
and
like
then-
Scrap. Me and Scrap were friends offline.
oh my
We had
god,
each other's
dude,
phone
Scrap
number.
it. Scrap is so. Go on.
I'm sorry. No, we were friends offline, but no, Scrap's a cool dude, and he's fairly like us too politically, bro. He don't play no
Yeah,
games.
but he's totally Trump, but he's so fucking stupid.
You know, yes and no. I mean, he came off like that, but he really wasn't, bro. Like, he's a unique character. He's from Kentucky. No, he's not dumb, bro. He's actually pretty smart. But you got to remember, bro, too, Homeboy was always working jobs, trying to build a little company.
He's like me.
He's like us, bro. He's a family dude. Scrap's a solid motherfucker, bro. I like
He
him.
is.
He's
He is. I remember he had his little fucking storage shed with the fucking ladder in there, and he was like, "I gotta put this. It's gonna take me all day to put this ladder up on the wall." And I'm thinking, dude. What I'm doing. I just hauled the fucking 180 panels. You're worried about this ladder? You see where I'm coming from?
Yeah, I hear you.
I just poured a fucking 60-yard cellar, and this guy's worried about moving a ladder. So it just. But he told me he's fucking pretty funny.
I
Scrap.
was a fan of his and whatnot. I still am today. You know, he got
He's
into
a good.
the video game thing, and I just don't watch video. Even when AJ, I'll watch a little bit of his video game stuff, and I say hi, but then I bounce. Like, I'm just not a video game dude. So when Scrap got into video
So
game,
anyway,
I didn't watch about
Yeah.
that.
so anyway, with that interview he did with you, he interviewed you. Remember that?
I do.
And there was they were trying to do the bottom feeder, dirty south or something. Him and Buddy were trying to do a podcast, but that was way back, and
That was a while ago.
yeah, that's when you first fucking came into this community, as far as I know.
No, I had
And
already.
then the best thing was that when he got that fish, he got some fish, and he called the
Yeah.
first his little libtard buddy. He named this fish libtard buddy. That was the best.
Yeah,
That's my
him and-
whole point right there.
they had a fallout, and it went pretty heavy for quite a while.
But that was my whole point of the story, was that he named that fish fucking libtard buddy. And then the fish got eaten in like 2 days.
I loved when he used to go on and talk in the truck, in the car, sometimes at home. And dude, he was he was so funny to me, and we aligned politically. And yeah, man, I gravitated towards Scrap, and same back and forth with me. We became good friends, and we would talk offline periodically, not as much as me and AJ, but we were good buddies and wish each other happy holidays. And
Yeah.
and
It was
I always liked him. Always liked him.
it was funny because Dog Lips didn't like Scrapping Dude. Like they got it, like they were going at it for a little while. Dog Lips and Scrapping Dude.
I
That
think
was
Dog
fucking
Lips,
funny.
for the most
And
part,
Scrap-
he at everybody.
Scrapping Dude was like, "What? Don't make me come out there into the desert and hook up my, F-150 and drag your tin
No,
can."
I'm the one that, yeah, but I'm the one that made that up. I'll snatch your trailer up while you're in it, and I'll drag you through the desert at 100 miles an hour. You'll be rolling.
Okay. You might have, but when Scrapping Dude said that to him, he really took notice of it.
Yeah, that was my
He-
deal, and then Scrappin liked it. But yeah, I do remember now that he did end up saying that too. But yeah, no, that was because he always lived in that trailer, and I'll hook up while you're sleeping, and I'll
Do
drag
you
that desert at 100 miles an hour. Oh,
do you
man.
remember when? Do you remember when Scrapping Dude and Cal there was a little beef between them two?
Maybe.
Cal and fucking Scrapping Dude had a
Because Scrap
beef.
didn't buy into the deadbeat stuff either. Scrap started seeing it early on, and I used to
Oh.
talk about it quite a bit. And he's like, "Yeah, bro, I could never do that to my family, or I wouldn't do that, or I wouldn't do that." So Scrap wasn't fully on board with the deadbeat bullshit, and that's where you would call out Cal a little bit, like, "Yeah, bro, this is your buddy.
Well,
This is who you back up." But yeah.
well, Scrap, yeah, he's good. And then I remember one day, Scrap sitting there at the gas pump, his truck's filling up, and he's going, and he found out that he thought he was all cool with Cal, and then of course there was a something that happened, and then he got a shock of his life as he's eating a breakfast sandwich, and he's like, "What?" He's reading the chat, and he's like, "What?" He's like, "What's the matter, Cal? What's the matter, Cal?"
It was
He
probably
goes,
because-
"What did I do to you?"
It was probably
and then-
because Cal were friends, and at that point, dude, or me and Scrap were friends, and Cal at one point despised me, bro, because I actually liked Cal, but he backed up deadbeat so much, and I'm like, bro. And you know what's funny? So me and Cal talked offline a few times, and we kind of became buddies for a minute. And he said the same shit about deadbeat. He's like, "Yeah, I talk to Zane, and I tell him, this direction is not good, and this and whatever." He's like, "You got to watch that. Don't do that." And so Cal did agree with me on certain things, how deadbeat was running his channel, portraying himself, and Cal didn't completely agree with all that, but it was his buddy, and he was riding with him. So. Cal's, dude, honestly, Cal's a good guy too, a straight family man. He's not a bad dude.
I'm sure he is. Yeah. He was in love with Zane.
He in love with yeah. He was.
Right? He
Uh-huh.
was too. Well, I mean, I don't know. It was a short period of time when he was there, but around on YouTube, so maybe he just. But he thought, like a lot of people said, he thought he was going to make a lot of money hanging out with Zane. I don't think that was the thing. I think he just liked hanging out with him. What do you think?
I'm brushing my teeth. Well, brushing my teeth, but um, if you watch some old early videos that I believe you could still maybe find, Zane introduced Cal as his producer or his what's the word I'm looking for? Producer or whatever it was. And
That's
yeah,
probably yeah.
he
Producer.
convinced Cal that they could grow this channel. June, if you remember a while back, I said to you recently, or here in the stream earlier, I said to you, Zane knew how to play the YouTube fucking game. He knew all the different channels. He knew how to do this. He knew how to do that. And he
The
did
coin channel. Yeah.
all the different stuff. And so he had Cal convinced if Cal helped finance and help kind of manage the channel, then they can make money and Cal will get a percentage of it. Oh yeah. And there's videos where he
They
literally
thought they were going big time.
he called him Bo Rataz. He's like, this is my new producer, Bo, and he's part of the channel now. And oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah, and they thought they were gonna go big.
Oh yeah, Mr. Big Time. I used to always say that. Oh, look out, everybody! Zane's gonna be big time. Oh, he's gonna be, and
I didn't know that. I didn't know that the whole fucking Zane thing, because I didn't really watch Zane until after the after effects.
Wow.
But I did see Cal a lot. And I did see how they had some kind of friendship.
Yeah.
I remember Danny's Sinister trying to teach Cal how to skateboard. Well, I remember Cal sitting in his garage trying to play guitar. I remember all that shit.
Okay. Yeah, there's some some of the early, that was 4 and 5 years ago for sure.
Oh yeah, when he built the little half pipe outside his backyard for his daughter, that was cool.
Yeah, that was cool. Absolutely.
Yeah, he's a good guy, Cal. I like Cal.
That's a solid.
He's a California kid. Like I'm from the East Coast. Like you're a Cali guy.
Yeah.
So you and him are guaranteed more compatible than what I would think. But I thought the dude was a cool dude.
I have a story real quick about Cal, and I agree. One day, bro, I walked out my back door, and there was Cal and his wife, bro, 30 feet from me.
What was her name? Kara or something like that? Who cares? But whatever. So he was up in your neck of the woods?
Bro, he was parking, going to the ski resort. I live 30 seconds from the resort. Him and his wife were parking. I walked out fucking back, and literally, bro, he's right there in his fucking white Toyota SUV with his wife and his daughter. And I was like, oh my God. Now, I didn't really trip out, but like, I was like, oh shit, dude. It was the funniest thing. Like, literally, bro, fucking, he was parking directly behind my house, bro. I walked out back and he didn't even see me. He was just parking to go to the resort. I'm like, dude, like, holy shit. Did
you say anything? Call me, Cal? Did you say anything?
I watched where he parked. I didn't fuck with his vehicle, and him and his wife and kid went snowboarding. But no, I walked out my back door, bro, and there was fucking Cal, dude.
No, that's funny.
Yep. I live right next to the resort, and him and his wife were parking to go to the resort. And I was like, oh my God, dude. We were that close. We were like 30 feet apart, dude. It was insane.
Wow.
And at that time, he didn't like me. But yeah, no, I had a lot of talks with Cal about different things. Dude, you realize, bro, that I became friends with Kara, which was Zane's wife that died.
I've heard you say that, yeah.
100%. This is when Zane was doing Mexico, and then he was with that chick Country. He was with Cuervo doing their thing, and then he ended up meeting Pris. Well, I was friends with them in that period when he was hanging out with that country chick, then he was hanging out with Cuervo, and then he met Pris. Well, I befriended Kara, and she totally knew exactly who I was and what was going on. And for about 10 to 11 months or so, her and I were friends, and we talked fairly frequently, especially when he got with that Pris chick. You know, she did that hurt her, you know, and she was dying. And I didn't know how bad it was, but you know, I knew that she did have a terminal cancer. You know, Zane would talk about it. I talked about it with her, but her and I became friends. And then he's dating Pris. So, dude, she's confiding a lot of stuff with me, bro. So I heard a lot. And you know what's funny? The Ho Army and other people are like, no, you're not. You don't talk to her. You're not friends with her. You don't know. She didn't say that. And I'm like, yeah, all of it. I do.
Is that Tamara broad?
Yes. Tamara and Joanne and all these people.
She was no fucking good. That broad was no good.
She was a
She
hideous.
treated me like shit, so she can go fuck herself too.
Yeah, but no, what I'm saying is I befriended Kara, and during that period when Zane was doing his stuff, and then I was friends with her, she, you know, she told me a lot of insight, different things, because he would call her periodically. They did have 3 kids together, so they still had to talk and whatever. So she told me things about his past, things about what was going on as it was going on, and stuff like that. So I got a lot of insight to deadbeat and that whole thing. Yeah. And I did, you know, I've said it before, and I'll say it again real quick.
All right.
She always loved Zane. Always. She goes, Randy, dude, that's my kid's father. I love him.
This is all prior to when I picked up on it, but go on.
Okay. Yeah, no, she never told me that she didn't love him. She always said, dude, I don't agree with him. We've had fallouts, whatever. She goes, Randy, I've always loved him. You know, that's my kid's father. I wish the best for him. Things aren't good right now, whatever. So she never really said that she didn't love him or all that. Like, you know, but she was not
He's a wild man.
He abandoned her and the 3 kids, and she was not stoked about that. And then he started dating Pris, you know, who at one point was like a little model, a little workout model, you know, and he's like, look at my hot girl.
Yeah.
He's flaunting her around. Well, how do you think his wife felt? He's flaunting some other bitch on YouTube.
Well, actually, he was in. I remember him. I seen him in some fucking beat up vehicle. He looked like he was fucking beat to fuck. That's the first video I saw. That's the first video I saw of Zane. He was in some vehicle in the back seat, and he was like, "Oh my god." And he was talking about how he was so, you know, fucked up. And that's the first video I saw him. He was in the back of some like Chevy Citation or something, you know.
That may have been at the Slabs, and then
yeah, it was at the Slabs. He was in the back of some vehicle, and he was like, "Oh my god, I just got out, you know, fucking." He was fucked right up, and I was like, "Who the fuck is this guy?"
So his wife, during that period of different parts of those periods, but when he got with Pris and he was in Mexico,
I remember Pris
and doing that sort of stuff, he had told her, yes, I'm dabbling with heroin, I'm smoking it, I'm doing whatever. And she's like, Randy, all these people are saying, like, the whole army's like, no, he's not. Well, Kara told me that he was like, yeah, I'm not doing well right now. And if you notice, there was one point he dropped down to like 125, 130 pounds. He looked rugged. Well, he had told Kara, yes, I'm not doing well, all this and that. And, you know, he had been dabbling with heroin and dabbling with other dope and this and that. Well, when I would say that, I got told I was wrong. I was a liar. Number one, you could visually see all this stuff. And number two, his own wife was telling me, you know, once again, they have 3 kids. They would talk. And his own wife would tell me, yeah, you know, I talked to Zane the other day and he said he's not doing good. And he is kicking heroin, or he was doing meth and stuff like that. So I heard it from the horse's mouth, bro.
Yeah.
You know? But
I hear you.
she was really disappointed and hurt. between the abandonment and then him dating other people online. And here's another thing. She goes, Randy, do you know how embarrassing it is to have your whole relationship and what's online? She's like, I don't
Wow.
like that he did that he told everybody, and everybody knows that he abandoned me and we have 3 kids, or he's this, or what's up with our relationship. She did not
Well,
like
what I
that.
can say to that is there's 2 sides to every story. Even though there was kids involved, there's 2 sides to every story. So what she said and what he said is probably 2 different things. You know what I mean?
Well,
I understand what you're saying.
100%, and I'm not going to deny that, but
I understand what you're saying.
he did give me characteristic points about him, like his characteristic and his
Oh,
personality.
yeah.
And then as you,
I can tell you what I've seen from the guy. He's a he's a wild animal.
yeah, we watched him for 4 to 5 years, so you get to kind of know somebody. When somebody comes online for 5, 6, 8, 10 hours a day for 4 years, 5 years, you kind of get to know them a little bit. And so there's that.
Well, I missed him. I missed him when he went to Mexico. I only saw him when he went to Pris. From Pris to Alaska to back to Texas. That's all I saw.
Yeah, he was hanging
He
with
seemed,
quite tough.
I remember him fucking. He was like showing off how he could carry wooden pallets back to his house, fucking to burn. He thought that was a big deal.
Yeah, you know, those were I would say fun and entertaining, but also
Yeah.
very dramatic at the time, because there was a grip of fighting between all of us at that time. So it was fun, but it was
I also remember him. He had a bottle of whiskey and he was trying to get on a plane, and he was so drunk he could barely make it to the plane. And I don't know where the fuck he was going, but
yeah, that's right. He was
he was walking down the road and fucking wherever he was.
He might have been going back to Texas for a meeting. Yeah, and
Yeah. You know what I'm talking about.
All right.
Yeah,
Well, I'm so tired, you guys. I gotta
go too, man. I gotta go too.
All right, you guys have a good night.
Good to talk to you, Juan. We'll have to catch up again, bro.
Yeah, definitely.
AJ, thanks for having us. I really appreciate you.
AJ, keep rocking, brother. Keep rocking.
I will.
Talk to you later, AJ.
Have a good night. Have a good night.
Donna, and I'll
go
talk to
Trump.
you.
All right, brother.
Trump. Late, bro.
All right, later. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Just wanted to go light so they could talk for a little while and stuff. I need to get shit done. I can't go to bed today. There's a lot I got to do. So, all right, guys, peace out and see y'all later. Have a good night, guys.